All right then, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a new week, a new episode of the Hartlepool United Youth Academy Road to Glory Career Mode. Now, hopefully, throughout this week, I can complete the season because a bit of progress in last episode. We had some good and some bad. It's kind of been it was a mixed bag on the was it Friday episode or Thursday episode? I don't remember which day it was. The last episode, the previous episode to this, anyway, it was a bit of a mixed bag. So this is how we are looking right now. As you can see, we lost to Fleetwood, but we also lost to Blackpool, which means we're out of both of the cup competitions that we were previously still in. 3-0 win over Northampton to open last episode was quite good, though. A 4-1 loss, however, to Blackpool in the FA Cup fourth round means that we exit the FA Cup against the Seasiders. Not to mention the fact that our manager rating depletes a lot for whatever reason, which is quite crazy for a low priority objective. But I'm not one to, say that this game's broken or anything. We then fought back though with a 6-0 win over a terrible Walsall. They were awful, and we were just all over them. And then we also just trounced Rochdale. They're having a poor season as well, so it's another easy victory there. So some good, easy league victories, even if the cups were a bit more of a struggle. As well, by the way, I don't know if you noticed while we were going through that, 4 successive clean sheets in the league is not bad in my opinion. And Logan Duncan seems to be back with his confidence as well, which is fantastic. So looking at the table at the end of last episode, this is how it stands at the moment. Portsmouth top on 68 points, but they have played a game more than the chasing pack at the moment. Birmingham in second place on 67. A win for them would see them take top spot. And a win for us today against Bristol Rovers would see us go within 1 point of Portsmouth as well. With MK Dons, Rotherham and Stoke City filling up the playoffs at the moment. There's a couple of games in hand there and here, there, and everywhere. But Peterborough have their game in hand, still wouldn't be able to catch up should they win anyway. The playoffs seem to be cutting off from the rest of the table a little bit, especially the autos. The top three, I would say, seems to be cutting off away a little bit. But it could all fall apart for us in one episode. We've had it before where we've had a fantastic episode and then the next episode has just been abysmal. So, I mean, it could really go either way this episode. We do have some easy matches, which I'll go through in a second, but continuing down in the league table, this is how it is looking in terms of stats. Northampton falling all the way to 11th now. Seem to be a bit out of the playoff race. Originally, at the start of the season, they were doing quite well. In the relegation zone, some teams even played 33 games, I should say, as well. But the relegation zone currently is Walsall, Wickham, Rochdale, and goalkeeperless Tranmere, who, and this is a fantastic one. You look at Tranmere's squad here. Bear with me. You look at Tranmere. And at the start of the season, they didn't have a goalkeeper. So you think, oh, the January transfer window's just passed. The January transfer window's just come and gone. They've got a good squad. They've got a strong squad to probably stay up, to be honest. Still no goalkeeper. They haven't signed a goalkeeper. I'm not sure why they haven't signed a goalkeeper. They had a whole month to do it. So without a shadow of doubt, Tranmere will be relegated this season. I don't see them staying up without a goalkeeper. Rochdale will probably go down too. Those are the two definite teams I think are going to get relegated. Um, Wickham aren't in a great spot either. And that last spot's generally up for grabs for about half the table. So I don't know where that's going to happen yet. You should rebuild Nottingham Forest or Wrexham. The rebuilds, I need to bring them back at some point, but at the moment they're on the back burner a little bit. After this week, once I finish season 4, I'll maybe try and do a rebuild at the weekend. But it's a busy week streaming wise because today is going to be the career mode episode. Tomorrow I'm busy. Wednesday morning I'm busy. I'm going to try and do a career mode in the afternoon as well. Thursday I'm busy. Well, Thursday I'll be doing SummerSlam predictions, I think, because SummerSlam's this weekend. That will be played through. Friday career mode. Saturday may be a rebuild. Sunday may be a rebuild as well. The weekend would probably be the best time to do one of those teams. I wouldn't mind doing a Nottingham Forest one, to be honest. Take them back to European glory. That would be quite fun. So maybe we'll see that in the near future. But looking at the fixtures we got today, 3 home games in a row to end February against Bristol Rovers, Tranmere Rovers, who we should be beating because they've got no goalkeeper, and Charlton Athletic at home as well. And looking at the games that we'll continue into March with, I think it is Peterborough there. Yeah, Peterborough away, and then Accrington Stanley at home. So 4 home games today at Victoria Park. The home advantage really in our favour this episode, with the away game, the sole away game coming against Peterborough. But following that, in episode 11, which will probably be Wednesday, don't quote me on that, we start with Birmingham away. And with Birmingham near the top of the table and a strong squad for League One, I'm concerned, if I'm being straight up honest with you. It's going to be a difficult one. Maybe a Benfica rebuild as well. Didn't Benfica win the Champions League? They did, I believe. Or at least they were in the final. I think they won it once. But yeah, I'd like to do... There's a couple I'd like to do. I've still got the list that I need to go through. I don't know kind of which order to do them in. I say a list. There's only 2 teams on there that I haven't done that's been suggested. And then the 2 more there, or 3 more there in the chat just now. But I will get back to the rebuilds, because I do enjoy them. But priority goes with this career mode, and if I've not got a lot of time on my hands, it's probably the only thing I'm going to try and focus on for a little while. But rebuilds will be back. I will guarantee you that. Just maybe not this week. But there's some good suggestions there. So take a look at the news then. I think we caught up with quite a lot of it. Rodriguez was scouted by Werder Bremen. We didn't let him go. Werder Bremen didn't even come with an offer, so we didn't even need to let him go. But we're going to be keeping him around, obviously, for the duration of the career mode. And Kasana Nkosi is happy with his playtime. I think we read that as well. And then with the Player of the Month award, we had 3 nominees and somehow still didn't win the Player of the Month for January. Roberts of Hartlepool, Ochoa of Hartlepool, Howell as well in that category for us. And then Udo for Shrewsbury, who ended up winning the League One Player of the Month award, which is fair play to him, but we had 3 nominees in there and we didn't win it, which is kind of annoying. And looking at the current news here, Fleetwood edge Hartlepool United in shootout drama. Hartlepool United's shootout defeat against Fleetwood Town will be a painful memory for Chabalala's team, who need now to regain their confidence. And then with the Carlos Rodriguez quality performance, he's top scorer. Of course, he's going to be quality. Carlos Rodriguez has been putting in some great performances lately for Hartlepool. He's emerged as a real leader in games. Teams and fans alike will be hoping he can sustain this level over the next part of the season. And then it's Hartlepool versus Bristol Rovers. Bristol Rovers need this to try and keep pushing for playoffs. I don't know exactly where they are in the league, but apparently they need the 3 points more than we do, which I disagree. In my opinion, I think we need them more if we want to get back into this title race that we're currently just out of at the moment. But there's still time, still plenty of time. 15 games to go. Bristol Rovers down in 13th. There's an outside chance they hit playoffs, but it will be a climb. So that's how the team looks at the moment. Diop is tired. We'll rotate it a little bit, of course, as we go into this next game. I think I've covered everything that we need to do. Of course, transfer window is now closed for the season. And I went over it in depth last episode, but we'll do a quick scroll over the deals we did throughout summer, throughout January. This is the list. Some of them going out on loan. Some players going on permanent deals. We're going to keep an eye on them, of course, because we want to do a Where Are They Now towards the end of the series, which will be probably a few months down the line just yet. But we'll do a Where Are They Now, seeing where players went, seeing what their overalls are, seeing how they're performing at their future clubs. And that'll be a cool little look back, especially with some of these players that I don't want to part with, but may have to as the career mode continues, because some of them won't be high enough potential to stick around, and some of them I just don't feel like fit in the squad. Some of them do, especially some of these wingers, because we're going to have to clear out the winger department a little bit. We've got way too many. So it will just be a matter of having a look at their former clubs, checking their overalls, seeing if they've improved at their clubs. That'll be a long video in itself. It won't be any gameplay. It'll just be checking who went where, how they're doing, and see if they can, maybe, if they've outperformed what I thought they could, maybe sign them back for a sensational return. There was already one man who was in that category, and I don't know how we're going to do it, because I want Moffat involved as well. But he has got to be coming back at some point. Aidan Sutherland, he's already made a career for himself in Belgium, and goodness knows where he's going to go next. He's one that I absolutely want back. And then a potential one that we could maybe sign back. I'm not going to commit to it. Maybe we go back in for Savka Nezovic, but we're not going to do that for a little while. We can't anyway, because next season, even if we are in the Championship, it's an 80 overall limit to what we can sign. So it's going to be a difficult one to get him back in as he's over that threshold. But anyway, now I've finished talking, let's get to some walking on the pitch. We've got Bristol Rovers up next, a 4-3-3. We're going to have to replace Diop for this one, which is fine because we've got Cochrane. But I think I'm actually going to use... I'm not going to be using Corsi. I think this is just off the back of the... whatchamacallit one. Brain's not working. The Fleetwood match, wasn't it? And a lot of players were tired, so that's probably why there's a lot of stamina issues at the moment, which is fine. We've got the players to come in if necessary. I'm going to start Marius Thomas. And I want to start Harry Howell, but he's got a little less stamina. But I'm going to do it anyway. It's my team. I'll do what I want. Palacios comes in as well. We don't have to go a full 11 here against Bristol Rovers. I do want Tomlinson in as well, to be honest with you, because he's impressed me. He's kind of an unsung hero in the centre-back position. He's done a lot better than what I expected, pretty much, is what I'm meaning by that. But, yeah. Fatigue is setting quite a lot here with these cup competitions, and it's caught up with us quite a bit. But now that we're out of those cup competitions and back in league action, there'll be a bit more break time between each match and a bit more time to recover, rest, recuperate, and get back into this title race. So this is a team we're going to use today. Just bear with me before I put the goal news on, just to see what we've got for rival teams around us. Portsmouth have already played. They're playing again, Stoke City, and then Tranmere are playing Birmingham, so it's going to be a win for Birmingham because Tranmere have no goalkeeper and they're rock bottom. We'll just keep the teams around us news on. We don't want to overinflate it because I want to keep track, especially with Portsmouth and Birmingham. MK Dons I'm not too fussed about because they're 6 points behind us at the moment, but we'll keep that news on as well. So this is the team we've got for the first game of this episode today. Duncan in goal, Moffat and Alonso as the fullbacks, Tomlinson and Galloway as the centre-backs, Cochrane centre mid, Thomas at cam, Palacios left wing, Roberts right wing with Howell and Rodriguez leading the line today. Rodriguez captaining the side here at Victoria Park. It's Hartlepool United versus Bristol Rovers. Now, I'm going to try my best this week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, to try and power through the rest of this season. Now, I've also got a busy week ahead. So if I can't make time for these streams, this season may go into next week, or at the very least, the weekend. If I've got stuff to do this week that I can't do career mode on the days I've planned it, I might do a career mode on the weekend instead of a rebuild. Because there's 3 career mode episodes I want to do this week, a rebuild I want to get back into, and then the SummerSlam predictions, which I need to do as well. So that's probably at least 4 guaranteed streams. Potentially the rebuild would make it 5. I've also got work shifts this week at the job I'm at, which is only like a part-time thing, but the shifts could be 5 or 6 hours long at a time, and sometimes it can be split shifts. So it really is dependent on when I'm called in for that. I've got an appointment on Friday as well, so I'll have to try and plan around that for the episode, the career mode episode. It's a bit difficult. If I don't finish season 4 this week, obviously, it will definitely be done on the Monday next week. But I'm hoping I can wrap up season 4 this week and we launch ourselves into season 5 next Monday. But plans can go astray sometimes, so we'll just see what it goes as. Definitely an episode today, obviously, because I'm streaming it. Definitely an episode on Wednesday. Unless I get called in, obviously. But most likely an episode on Wednesday. Friday is still up for debate. But we'll see how the week goes. Also throughout the week as well, I'll be doing like mini videos to predict the EFL league tables as they start again on Friday. The first day back for the EFL leagues. Or at least for the championship, it's Friday night. So, throughout the week, tomorrow, Wednesday and Thursday, I will post my EFL Championship, League 1 and League 2 table predictions. And then next week, once the Premier League gets started again, or obviously before the Premier League gets started again, but they've got an extra week, we will be posting the Premier League predictions as well. So, a busy little time on the channel. But the prediction ones aren't as difficult because they only take, what, 40 minutes most. If that. If I don't ramble on, it could just take less time. I've got my Premier League table pretty much sorted. There's a couple of teams I still need to decide on. The EFL ones I've not even started yet, so I'll be doing them today after the stream. Mon Alonso into Roberts. I was going to start Gomez today, but he's absolutely pooped from the Fleetwood game. And I forgot I started him in the Fleetwood game, if I'm being straight up. So sorry if there's a lot of rambling that I've just gone through there with what's going to happen over the next 2 weeks or so. But it's quite a busy period for me at the moment. So I'll prospectively put days that I'm going to be streaming, but they won't be definitely stuck to on occasion. So I apologise if I say something, don't stick to it. It's not intentional, it's just something's come up that I can't really ignore. So as I said as well, at the moment with this team, 4 consecutive clean sheets, looking to make it 5 here today. But it nearly went away there. A good save from Duncan, couldn't close down the Bristol Rovers attacker quick enough. Tried to bring Tomlinson over rather than dragging Galloway out of position. Didn't happen, but we'll get a corner, or they'll get a corner. We'll get to keep our clean sheet for a little while longer, but I'm not sure how much longer it will remain. It's a good little record we got going, and I'm happy to keep it going for as long as I can, but if we do lose it, it's not the end of the world. It's quite surprising that we've got 4 in a row, to be completely honest with you. Rodriguez, oh, he's headed back into the danger zone. Duncan able to save, and it will go for another corner. The plan there with Duncan was to, with Rodriguez I should say, knock it on to a teammate, and it was meant to go to, I believe, whoever was obviously beating for the ball there. I can't tell if that was number 3 or number 2, so I can't tell if that was Moffat or Alonso. But basically, obviously, it was meant to be headed to that player. And it did not make the destination. It just found a player on the opposing side instead. Christ almighty, let me switch between players. Logan Duncan once again. I've got 3 players standing in the way there. I'm just trying to switch to bring one in front. And none of them wanted to be the one that had to take that shot at them, I suppose. Didn't want to deflect it. Didn't want to be the one to try and parry that shot with their bodies. It's a 3rd successive corner for Bristol Rovers here, who've started this game better than we have, to be honest with you. I think Roberts got something to it, but not a lot. And a ball in, another good save. Logan Duncan is on it today, which is good, because nobody fucking else is at the moment. Rossiter with the latest shot from range for Bristol Rovers. Duncan, another good save, and it's another corner from Bristol Rovers. This continued attacking pressure is not good for us. But it's what we're on the receiving end of currently. I don't know who number 27 is, but I don't know why they're also committing out when I've got Palacios there. I think that's Tomlinson who's number 27, isn't it? So I was trying to keep him in the area because he's tall. Another good save from Logan Duncan. We are getting peppered. I'm blaming it on the fact it's the first game on a Monday. We're just waking up, warming up, getting going. Obviously, I'm not just waking up. I've been up all few hours, but like my first game of anything this week. And I was up late watching Great American Bash last night, which was honestly not as good as I expected it to be, but the main event made up for it. I think is probably the right, whatchamacallit, the right, I forgot what opinion, I guess. My opinion on it anyway. The tag match to open was good, if a little short, but the story was there, and it was the correct result ultimately. I've also not passed it to the correct player. Good save again by Duncan, double save. It's eventually going to go in though. My God, can we just get the ball? I think when my goalkeeper saves it, like, my defenders should be on that. For whatever reason, they're not. There goes the clean sheet streak, unfortunately. And Bristol Rovers have been deserving of it. Double save from Logan Duncan. It bounces off of Tomlinson, and nobody's equal to clearing it. And I don't understand why it's taken so long to try and get someone across there. Duncan even went for the 3rd save as well. And he has had a great game so far. He can't save us. He can't bail us out every time. And it's a goal for Bristol Rovers. It comes from the former Liverpool man, Jordan Rossiter. If you can remember that far back. Unfortunately, I can't because I'm old. Captain of Bristol Rovers. Gives the away side a deserved lead here at Victoria Park. We have not been at the races today, and I want to know why. I'm assuming it's because it's my first game of the week, but genuinely, I can't blame it on myself. These players don't feel good at the moment. I mean, I can blame it on myself because it is me that's let the goal in, but I just feel like something's not clicking yet. And maybe it will. We've been on this incredible streak. I'm so used to winning. Maybe a loss is what we need to humble ourselves. Rodriguez, though. Thomas, well, if they're going to give me enough space to take about 10 shots in that time, then I'm not going to say no to an easy finish. An equaliser, somewhat immediate. Undeserved as well, to be honest with you, but they just left Thomas in wide open space. Rodriguez, all he had to do was play it across the goal, and Thomas just had to tap it past the goalkeeper, which he's done with no issue there. And the man who had a great scoring streak at the start of the season gets another one there. I don't know what it puts him on. I believe it's on 8 or 9 now. He had a good start to the season, but he slowed down, which is fine because nobody expected the start to the season he had. So I respect him for even giving us that at the start of the season. He wasn't a part of the plans to start, and then you made yourself a starter. Oh, Moffat is struggling. Ball in. Alonso can't get it away. It's bouncing around. Tomlinson just launches it. Rodriguez can't win the header. It just doesn't feel like these players are playing how they should be, if that makes sense. Logan Duncan with another good save. It's good to see that his morale hasn't gone down because of conceding. I'm also getting no options to pass to with Moffat. It feels like nobody's there. Alonso's got a bit more opportunity down this side. Now Roberts has a lot of room. There's no fullback for whatever reason. Left centre back try to cover, but we're going to just knock it back to Rodriguez. Into Thomas. We try and launch it out towards Douglas Moffat, who does have a bit of space now. And it just gets closed down, but it's not over yet. Back to Thomas. Rodriguez off the edge of the box. Saved by Albornoz, but not held on to. And I don't know who the defender was there, but couldn't. Well, I tried to read the name, but I couldn't see it. And it doesn't prevent it going for a corner. 26 appearances in League One this season for Marius Thomas, which is quite a lot considering he wasn't meant to be a featured star as much as he has been. And 9 goals in those appearances is not bad whatsoever. Palacios towards Galloway. Oh my God, this man. I can't believe he's hit his potential already because, my God, this guy could still go a long way. I think he's one of those I'm going to keep regardless of rating because he's so bloody good in defence and off those corners. Despite being only 5'10", his jumping is fantastic and he's met that. I don't even think he's needed to jump. It was just poor marking from Bristol Rovers. Not really. Well, I said poor marking. They had 3 men on him. I don't really know how that's gone through, actually, looking back. All the Bristol Rovers players mistimed it. And I don't think Albornoz expected Galloway to get ahead to that. I'm going to be honest, I didn't expect Galloway to get ahead to that. But it is now 2-1 at Hartlepool United. And it just shows that if we get knocked back, we'll come back stronger. Conceded, of course, early on to Rossiter. But an almost immediate response to Marius Thomas. And a fantastic header from Ewan Galloway. Beating 3 Bristol players to the punch. Bristol Rovers players, I should say. Not to be confused with Bristol City. I'll get mad at you if you confuse them. But beat 3 Bristol Rovers players to the header, which is absolutely mad for being only 5'10". A lead, though, might take us into the break with a 2-1 advantage. But Bristol Rovers are not to be messed with today. They've been strong. We've been a bit lucky, to be honest, to even be up. Alonso. Thomas to Cochrane off the edge of the area, straight at Albornoz. Didn't have a lot of time to take that one on because of pressure on him, but not a bad effort whatsoever. Held onto by the goalkeeper, but it's now Bristol Rovers that are on the attack here. It's going to be Cochrane. We shot at one end, he's going to intercept it at the other end. Good bit of play from Jack Cochrane, who is fast becoming one of my favourite centre mids. If not already my favourite centre mid. Rodriguez needs an option in the middle. It was meant to lock onto Marius Thomas, if I'm being honest with you, but it has not done so. Cochrane puts in a little late tackle there, and that will probably be the final action of the half. Batterine, of course, a good young midfielder. He's gone to Feyenoord. He's a good player to sign on career mode, honestly. All those rebuilds I mentioned earlier, maybe in Nottingham Forest one, we might bring in Batterina. And Moffat heads a free kick away. It's a 2-1 lead at the break, but I don't know how, honestly. We don't deserve it. We've good finishers at this club now, but it's really been Logan Duncan that's kept us in it. Marius Thomas and Ewan Galloway with our goals, and Jordan Rossiter with the goal for Bristol Rovers. So these are the around the grounds half-time results. 1-0 to Walsall over Charlton Athletic, 1-0 to Rochdale over Northampton, which is a bit of a surprising one. Peterborough leading Mansfield 1-0. 0-0 between Shrewsbury and Accrington. 1-0 to Sheffield Wednesday over Cambridge United. 1-0 to Birmingham City over Tranmere Rovers. Crazy how I'm getting no goal news for that though, that's a bit interesting, isn't it? 0-0 between MK Dons and Rotherham United. 0-0 between Lincoln City and Oxford United. 1-0 to Burton Albion over Cheltenham Town. 1-0 to Derby County over Wickham. And 0-0 between league leaders Portsmouth and Stoke City, meaning as it stands, Birmingham would take top spot with a game in hand, which is an interesting position to have in the league. But looking at the stats, we've had more of the ball, but I don't know if we deserve the lead. It's a bit smash and grab at the moment. We'll maybe look more deserving out in the second half as we try and push on and get third to put this out of reach of the visitors. But 58 to 42 in terms of possession, 9 shots to 4, and 2.5 expected goals to 1.7 means that we're struggling a little bit, truth be told. But I've just come off the back of a taxing penalty shootout against Fleetwood Town, and I don't know how that's not been kept in for a start. But yeah, we're also not in the driver's seat for this one. It's been a while since I felt like we've not been in control of a league game. Moffat foul there, but it's going to get continued on. Thought I made the tackle with Tomlinson. I have made the block with Galloway, but the ref has brought it back, I think, for the Tomlinson foul, which is a bit silly, really. But or is it? Hold on. Was that not the Galloway tackle that was clean? Tomlinson I messed up with here. Yeah, lunged. I feel like Galloway tackle was clean though. Let's just have a gander because I'm going to be proven wrong by the replay, but he never actually got touched the ball. It looked as if he got touched the ball. Fair play. It looked as if he got a foot to it, but nah. Just the way that it's animated there means that it's looked like it, but hasn't actually happened. It was just kind of more of a distraction. We're going to put Tomlinson on the line. 6'2". And it's wide anyway, so it didn't need to matter. Not a bad effort, but not on target. Kind of lashed at it. Had a bit more time he thought he did Sinclair. But it's wide from Bristol Rovers. And we will get away with a little bit of luck there. Not that it was that bad of a cynical challenge in the first place. It was just the positioning of it. Could have troubled us. They're pressing the fuck out of this one of Bristol Rovers, man, honestly. We've got a good press on here, but Roberts now got a bit of room to work. It was meant towards Thomas, but Thomas ran past it. It's going to fall to Cochrane on the edge of the area, who kind of snatches at it, really, rather than putting a good effort on target. Just didn't quite catch it right there. It is still 2-1. But chances at both ends been squandered by both teams to kick off the second half. Moffat wins the header. It's going to come to Nicholas Palacios. Cuts inside. I don't know what Harry Howell's doing, so we'll just continue with Palacios apparently. Try to find Roberts in the back post. Oh, what? I don't know what to tell you, boys. It's a good searching ball, but there's absolutely no way that shouldn't have been defended. But that will probably seal the deal on 3 points here to get back into title contention, or at least automatics contention for us. It's a good bit of play from the wingers combining there, but I honestly don't understand how it's not been defended. That's bamboozled me a little bit, to be honest, but I'll take it. Don't get me wrong, I'm happy with it, but it's just confused me a little bit as to how it's found the back of the net. Stoke now leads Portsmouth, which means if it stands as it stands now, we'll only be 1 point behind Portsmouth with a game in hand. So we could end up at the end of this episode being in an automatic spot, which is fine by me. Hell, we could end up top depending on form around the leagues. Brings back to Howell, just miskicked. Good play though. We're cooking now. Bristol Rovers took the lead, but we brought it back to a lead in our favour. It's just a matter of holding on now. Just fine by me. I can do that, I think. We still move forward and try and find a fourth here, but Palacios boxes Pat. Moffat's going to try a searching ball. It's going to come to Alonso. It's a heavy touch from the Spaniard, but it might still end up going for a corner for us if we don't watch out. Bristol Rovers defence now at 6 and 7 since those concessions of goals. They were never really solid, but like, just feel like they've slipped even further. Galloway, double tackle, fantastic second challenge. Well, Ruster want a foul, but not going to happen. Moffat, oh, beautiful to get around, and now Palacios. He's been creative off his side today. Tries to find Moffat again. Moffat will close it down and will give Palacios another chance to deliver to Roberts. Not going to happen on that occasion, and it'll be brought away by Bristol Rovers. But honestly, I haven't done too badly today, but I've just been unlucky with a very good Logan Duncan. Alonso try to get across. Enough of a distraction for it to be a poor shot into the arms of Logan Duncan. We're going to make some changes. I don't know when they're going to come into effect. But on comes Blanchard, and on comes Dalton for a bit of game time. Why not? I don't want to sound cocky when I say this, but the game's probably sewn up here for us. Whether we deserve it or not, it's probably in our favour. And Logan Duncan with a lot of help today. Plus, to try to win the ball back off of Hool. It will be a free kick. Before that, the double change from the hosts. Blanchard and Dalton coming on for Thomas and Harry Howell. Will be obviously changed as well for Bristol Rovers. We'll see who that is in a minute in the top left because I missed it when it initially happened. Baird coming on for Anderson. I think Blanchard was asking for it, but I'd done it too late, and then the delivery there was just not even close anyway. I played the ball late for Blanchard. I asked for it earlier. It's on me. Maybe make a couple more changes as the game progresses here, but just to freshen up the team a little bit. Although we do have a week's break, I believe, between this game and next game, so that will freshen up the team a little bit. Palacios gets caught. Birmingham leading 2-0 now against Tranmere's goalkeeperless side, and it looks as if, at the end of the day, Birmingham City will sit atop the table unless Portsmouth could pull something off against Stoke. It's an off-target shot once again by Bristol Rovers, but they've been threatening today. They've been pressing as well. Been bad by any stretch of the imagination, but it shows how much quality we have when we have so many, well, so little amount of chances, I guess, and we've gone and scored 3. Not to mention the quality we have in between the sticks as well, and Logan Duncan, who at the moment I've got on my list that I'm going to keep. Whether he starts next season is a different matter, but he's definitely sticking around. As I said, no player is 100% certain of their future at Hartlepool, just as no player is 100% going yet. We're going to have to plan it. Basically, I'm not going to be 100% unless we hit the championship. That's kind of what I'm thinking. We'll give Tomlinson the full 90. Contreras can have the next game. But yeah, basically, I've not got any concrete decisions on any of the members of this squad unless I know where we're going to be playing our football next year. If it's League One, then there'll probably be less departures. If it's the Championship, there'll likely to be more departures. Really, because the calibre of the Championship's a different bit of gravy. I think at the moment this team manages to stay up in the Championship. I reckon we get mid-table. But of course I'd like to make some upgrades if possible, depending on the budget we get next year. We won't be getting no 50 million budget like we had this year, but that's only because we sold Savka Nezovic at the start of the season. I've not even spent all that. I spent maybe 10 million most. It's not like I've gone mad with the money. I've been controlled with it, and I ain't going to do anything stupid with it, really. Ball in was meant for Rodriguez. It nearly gets to Blanchard, actually. It's cleared away. I reckon it's just a matter of consolidating now. Holding out against this side. Is he okay? No rush. Moffat with a tackle. Gets taken down, but gets back up again. You're never going to keep him down. Well, the game opens up a bit with that. I mean, I couldn't have called the foul on Moffat there, to be honest. It felt like he was dragged down rather than he fell, but fair enough. The game opens up again, and there might be a late chance here for Bristol Rovers. I'm not sure if it was going to be Galloway's job to close down number 10 or Duncan's to come out to him, but neither are doing the job. Bristol Rovers find a second. This could be squeaky bum time towards the end of this match. Aaron Collins with 6th goal of the season for the Rovers. We need to find a way to not capitulate last minute here, boys. It could fall apart. Oh, Jesus Christ. I think Palacios is done for today. Oh, my Christ. No, actually, no, though. Logan Duncan, thank you so much. Jesus Christ. Yeah, we're bringing on Ochoa. I know it's very late on, but we're bringing on Ochoa. Palacios doesn't have any more in him. I know it's not going to make a difference, because we're literally in the dying embers of this game, but can't be having Palacios cost me points here. 6 minutes to play at Victoria Park. It's going to be 6 tense minutes for the home fans. For me, and for Bristol Rovers, it's going to be 6 minutes where they push their team on to try and find a late equaliser. Shot at Duncan. We're just going to chill a little bit. Try and get it out of our half. Can't risk anything going wrong here. Fran Ochoa. Achille Blanchard asking for it. He's got the route here. He's got the opportunity. Not been picked up. Save from Albanos. But I think this might be enough to keep it up the pitch and give us the 3 points. I thought Blanchard scored a banger there to wrap up the 3 points, which should have been wrapped up already, but this game's been thrown into disarray from that Bristol Rovers goal. Tomlinson, the target. Dalton, going to knock it back out to Fran Ochoa. Ollie Dalton into Ethan Roberts. It's tackled off him, but I don't think there's going to be enough time for a Bristol Rovers counter. And there won't be. Cochrane makes sure that it's a tense one. It's a tricky one. It was not our best performance by any methods or any means. But what matters is it's the 3 points for us. We scraped through a little bit. Bristol Rovers really put us to the sword today. They were fantastic. Deserved the point out of it, but sometimes you don't always get what you deserve in this game. Logan Duncan with a very good first 20 minutes to ensure that we stayed level for a good while. Obviously, they ended up taking the lead for Rossiter. We brought it back with 2 quick fire goals between Thomas and Galloway. A third one with Roberts in the opening 10 minutes of the second half. Thought we'd sealed it. Collins scored one late to put the game into disarray a little bit, but we held on long enough to get to the other side. But thanks to Logan Duncan, we get 3 points here. We surely didn't deserve them, and we got away with a bit of luck there, honestly. Not what we need if we're wanting to progress to the Championship, because we're struggling against Bristol Rovers, who, if I'm being brutally honest, I thought they'd be in a relegation battle, and they really took it to us today. So performances like that won't cut it in the Championship, boys. That's all I'm saying. 57 to 43 in terms of possession in favour of ourselves, however, but 15 shots to 9 and 4 expected goals, 2.6. Not good enough, in my opinion, but we've come out the other side with a victory. So we'll just take it and be happy with it. Douglas Moffat, our man of the match, with an 8.3 today. And another great shift at left back. Did struggle a little bit in the first half, but as the second half... Was it the first half he struggled? It was. But the second half came on as the game progressed. He continued to play well and got back to the level I know and love from him. Ewan Gallo with a goal from centre-back, as well as a strong performance, of course, from the vice-captain. Logan Duncan, despite conceding 2, was all over the joint today. 14 shots on his goal, 12 saves. He is the one to thank for this victory, ladies and gentlemen. Give your credits to Logan Duncan. I know the clean sheet streak's over, but he is on fire right now, and hopefully that won't end for a little bit. I've got on their ratings, and you can see the man of the match there, but I didn't mean to yet. Nicholas Plas just with 2 assists off the left-hand side and a 7.6 him today. Just faltered a bit towards the end, but a strong performance from him. Roberts with a goal and a 7.6. Marius Thomas also contributing with a finish, 7.3 for him, and then the other contribution coming from club captain Carlos Rodriguez, who adds another to his assist column, which seems to be a never-ending number that just keeps going up and up and up. Man of the match for Bristol Rovers, and man of the match overall was Aaron Collins. Put a good performance in towards the end there and nearly gave Bristol Rovers a route back into this game. A goal and an assist, an 8.6 for the striker. He gets man of the match. Jordan Rossiter, the former Liverpool player, gets a goal and a 7.5, and the assist coming from Corey Baird with a 7.2. I believe that Martinelli kid is a regen, Leonardo Martinelli. But honestly, Bristol Rovers put us to the sword, put us through a bit more of an ordeal than I expected. That's not Scott Sinclair, the former Celtic player, is it? 59 overall, fucking hell. Jorge Carrasco, Albornoz in goal as well. We'll just have a look at some of the regens they've got. See if you want to have a little look at them for a future signing, perhaps. So, ladies and gentlemen, they deserved that. And also, Albernoz's performance, I should have taken a look at how many he saved. I apologise, I will do that momentarily. 6.1 today, 7 shots on his goal, 4 saves, 3 conceded. Could have done a bit better. Thank God for Logan Duncan, man, because if it wasn't for him, we don't get 3 points there at all. Birmingham won and Portsmouth drew, which means Birmingham do take top spot with a game in hand. And we're 2 points behind them now with a game in hand as well. So it's looking good, even if that performance was not very good. It is another win, but it didn't look convincing, probably the word I should be using there. I thought we'd be a bit more prepared, but it's the first game of the week on a Monday, so I guess you can't always rely on your strikers. None of the strikers scored today. It was a midfielder, a defender, and a winger that scored the goals, so thought we had it sealed, but yeah, the late goal could have gone wrong. And you just can't relax at this level. I know it might take the morale down, but you just can't relax. I can't say we were the better side because we weren't, but Logan Duncan was the best player on that pitch. I know it gave it to Collins and the Bristol Rovers side, and our best player apparently was Moffat, but I'd have given it to Duncan all day long in terms of best player. Up next, a slightly more relaxing game because we know that they don't possess a goalkeeper. It's 24th place Tranmere. This is how the table's looking after that game. Like I said, Birmingham take top spot now with Portsmouth dropping points on that extra game they played just there. And if we win today, we might take second spot. We might take that automatic spot. Also, I didn't pick this up personally in those results there, but MK Dons, they dropped points to Rotherham. And that was a big game that I didn't realise was occurring in the playoff race. Ultimately, that helps us. That gets us a bit further away from MK Dons. It is a 3-horse race to see who goes up automatically at the moment, and we are very much in that race, ladies and gentlemen. And I don't see us slipping out of it again, hopefully. But with performances like that, we've got to be just got to be careful. 56 manager rating as well because of the FA Cup failure. And also, it's a bit stupid, but we've done that twice, the brand exposure objective. So if I get sacked because I've not done that, I'll be crying a little bit, I'm going to be honest with you. So I think the League One title is really what's going to save our job if we can get it. But Birmingham look very good. We've still got a game against them. And if we beat them, obviously, we'll overtake them on goal difference. We've got the goal difference advantage over Birmingham. But they, at the moment, have the points advantage over us. So that game against Birmingham could be a title decider coming down the line. But anyway, up next, before that, we do have Tranmere, which I don't want to sound like cocky, but I'm very confident with this one. Because not only they bought him, again, they had a whole January transfer window as well as a summer window. No goalkeepers. They just didn't bring one in. I don't know who. I wish I could check. I don't know how to check who's been playing goalkeeper for them. I wonder if they've kept any clean sheets this season. Clean sheets. There's a couple that kept clean sheets. I don't know if these have been the goalkeepers that they've used or what, but they've had one clean sheet all season, which is fair play to them. Kane Hemmings is doing his absolute utmost to try and keep them up, which is going to be to no avail. But how the hell do you have a whole 2 transfer windows and not sign a goalkeeper? It's beyond me. But anyway, up next we do have Tranmere Rovers. Before that, we'll take a look at the news stories. Albernoz's save stops Hartlepool doubling lead. Hartlepool United came close to doubling their advantage against Bristol Rovers, but Albernoz's heroics in goal prevented Shabal side from building on their lead. I think it was more of a Bristol Rovers tried to get back into it, but couldn't kind of thing. But, I mean, Hartlepool take on Tranmere here. And, don't get me wrong, we should win. We only just beat them last time around, but that was when the goalkeepers were in a bit of silly form, where they just weren't working properly. Udo, we know, getting the player of the month. I think that's all in news we need to read. But also, I'm going to go check what the score was last time, because I'm pretty sure it was only a 1-goal gap. But I'm pretty sure we struggled against them because the goalkeepers were playing up. Especially Logan Duncan, he was going for a poor patch. Or this might have been Rojas, actually. I think I used Rojas because it was against his former club. I'm not going to be doing that today, don't get me wrong. But you can see what kind of I was going through at that point of the season. I think this is where the point where we just started conceding a load of goals. We started off the season very strong with a solid defence. Then suddenly out of nowhere, we just conceded a load of stupid goals. Shrewsbury conceded 3. Charlton, we conceded 4. Tranmere, we conceded 3. Cambridge, we conceded 6. And MK Dons, we conceded 4 as well. That was a hellish episode. We just conceded way too many, and that's kind of how the goal difference is that we've conceded 50. Rather than probably, at this point, it should be around what the other teams have at the moment. But that little patch of them just scoring and us having no goalkeepers at work kind of fucked our goal difference a little bit. We've obviously scored way more than anyone else in the league, which has kind of balanced it out. But yeah, I can't help but think if we didn't have that stupid patch where we just conceded a load of goals for absolutely no reason, then I don't know where we'd be. We'd probably top by quite a way. And I suppose I prefer having the race rather than having just a straight up we fuck off with the title. Up next anyway though, Tranmere Rovers, 19 points only in this season. Only 4 wins out of the 33 we've played. Well, 32 or 33, it depends. 6 wins in a row as well in the league now. Just about. We're in really good form and I want to keep it going. And today, it's probably the best time to try and keep it going as well because, again, no goalkeeper. We might be able to get a goal of a season contender in this. I don't think we've struggled to find consistency. I think we're back on form. But we will make up ground. We're only 3 points off the top. And if we win our game in hand over Portsmouth, we'll get into an automatic spot. Which, I mean, at the moment, I'm happy where we're at. We're as good as anybody. And now with all the full fitness back, I might even rotate. I probably will rotate a little bit for this. Because it is Tranmere. No offense to Tranmere. I am taking them very lightly, but with good reason. Your team didn't have a goalkeeper. I'd be taking you lightly as well. But anyway, up next then, at Victoria Park, it will be Hartlepool United versus Tranmere Rovers. And I'm wondering, I'm not going to put Rojas in. I'm going to put Hansen in alongside Contreras. This is going to be risky. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not, no. I was thinking about it. We'll put in Corsi and we'll put in Gomez though. We'll see how they do. Gomez is going quite well, you know. He was 68 when he joined us. He's now 70. Contreras, Galloway, Diop comes out. I know he want to play probably, but in Corsi, I'm going to give this one to. And we'll leave Mills in. As well as giving another go for Martinez. And Arango. I'm not convinced with saying that, but we're going to give it a go with Jim Arango up top, and then Rodriguez comes onto the bench. So that's going to be how we line up. A bit of rotation today for some of these backup players who probably won't get as much time on the pitch due to the fact that we're not at cup competitions. So we're just going to give them a bit of time here. Did Portsmouth play again today? They do. They play Walsall. They probably beat them as well. So we probably won't get second today. But there's all the games that are on tap. Birmingham play Charlton Athletic at the Valley. Hopefully they can slow them down a bit. And hopefully we can win here and not kind of overestimate Tranmere Rovers, who've got Turnbull in goal. I'm not sure what position he plays at Tranmere Rovers, but we'll go and VAR that in a moment. So Duncan in goal, and Corsi and Gomez as the fullbacks. Galloway, vice-captain, of course, he'll be captain today with Rodriguez not starting. Contreras, centre-back partner of Mr. Ewan Galloway. And Corsi, centre mid. Mills at cam. Ochoa off the left. Martinez off the right, with Blanchard and Arango leading the line today. It is Hartlepool United versus Tranmere Rovers at Victoria Park. Second game of the episode. Let's get into it. And let's go find what Turnbull's position actually is. Because I can tell you what he's not. But figure out what he is. What position he should be playing, I should say. He's a set. Oh, Christ almighty. I got an advert when I looked. But yes, he is a centre back. 6'1", to be fair. What's his goalkeeping stats? It doesn't say. Well, obviously, you're not meant to have him in goal. Jordan Turnbull. Between 6. Well, it's going to be an interesting one. He is 6'1", so he might make a couple of good saves, but as long as we're solid, there shouldn't be an issue here, really. And if I'm being honest, I felt bad for them in the summer when they didn't have one. I only realised after the summer window closed. I felt bad for them because they didn't have a goalkeeper. I thought, that's okay, they'll get one in January. But now January's been and gone, and they haven't invested in a goalkeeper, I don't even feel sorry for him anymore. Because that's just stupidity from the game to not give him a goalkeeper. I'm not going to laugh at him because it's an unfortunate situation, but it's just stupid. And it's easily rectifiable. Just nothing's happened with it. So I am expecting a win today, ladies and gents. And if I don't beat 24... I know we've had issues in this career mode against bottom of the league teams in the past. But if we do not beat a Tranmere Rovers side with no goalkeeper, there's going to be an issue there. Referee's giving a free kick rather than a throw in there for... Well, it's a foul on Rafael Gomez. I thought it was just a clean tackle, or at least a coming together. The ref has given it as a foul, which is A-okay by me. I ain't going to complain. It's going my direction, so why would I complain? Galloway, going to try and play it back to... right. I want to check how this pass is... It's a weird check to do from me here, but I want to check how this pass has come off his boot. Because if it's gone through his boot, then obviously it won't have gone through properly. But I feel like I put power on that. So the ball... It passes, and then it just kind of goes into a different... I don't know. Maybe I'm seeing things. Either way, I meant to pass it to Gomez and didn't make it. And that's all that matters in that sitch. Now Gomez has got to try and catch up to Hawks. Tranmere, I'm not going to fucking count them out. Because they've got Hemmings, who's second top scorer. Tested Duncan at near post there as well. They've got a decent attack. And if they have a goalkeeper, they'd probably stay up. They're not a bad team, it's just they've got a lack of a very important player. We're not going to go through it like we did in the first encounter against these guys where they've had no goalkeeper. I kept on saying it throughout the match. We know they've got no goalkeeper. It doesn't need to be publicised anymore. Let's just try and get the 3 points and stay in this race with both Portsmouth and Birmingham. Which I'm assuming both teams will pick up 3 points today. Birmingham play Charlton, who are either in the relegation zone or floating around it now. And Birmingham are playing Walsall, who are in the same situation. So if they don't both win their games, that's going to be a brilliant situation for us. It's a good bit of play. I believe it's offside anyway. From Morris, who was the goalkeeper against us last time. Nearly stole in on us to find the goal. Duncan with a good save, but it was offside anyway. They're talking about how we could be at the top by the end of the day. And I mean, we could be. If both Portsmouth and Birmingham lose their games, highly unlikely, but if that unlikely scenario occurs, we'll end the day top. Been a while since we were top, been a long while. Jim Marango just has to put it past the centre back. Ran out of room. Tried to shift it onto. I don't know why I tried to shift it onto the left foot. I don't even need to. I could probably score from here with Mills. Alright. Alright, Turnbull. Relax, mate. Why do I feel like he's just going to turn into the best goalkeeper ever? Despite being a centre back. It's going to fucking piss me off. I already know it is as well. Infuriate me. Mills now to whip this one in for Hartlepool. Ball in towards Rafa Contreras. Knocked down. And it's going to be caught and grabbed by Turnbull. He's now going to be distributing it. And I could really go with the easy title of a defender in goal now because it's obviously not a midfielder anymore. But I'm not going to do that unless absolutely nothing happens this episode. I'm not going to do that. Martinez overdid it there, overcooked it, needs an option. Blanchard provides that option. Back to Martinez, Gomez, Mills. Just miss-kick. Well, I can't say he miss-kicks it every time. He's got a decent weak foot, he's just fucked up. Sliced at it. Goes on target, probably goes in. But then again, good save from Turnbull earlier, so maybe not. Mariano Martinez doesn't win the header. Curtis Mills does. Can't get it to his teammate. Kane Hemmings, a player to watch, which is probably about right. Rodriguez not been on the pitch. He's next highest goal scorer in the league. Nkosi, bit of a battle with Morris there, but Nkosi wins out. Contreras gets chased by Hemmings. We were talking about Hemmings being the second top scorer there on commentary. For some reason it doesn't come through on the stream. I'm not sure why. They talk about him being second top scorer, and they didn't mention, ironically, who the first top goal scorer was. But he is on our bench today, just in case we do need him. I don't think we will, but I'll bring him on, of course, if necessary. That's, of course, Carlos Rodriguez, the captain of Hartlepool. Probably remain that way till the end of the series, unless I get some outrageous bid. Blanchard, there we go. Cut in by Martinez, scored by Blanchard, and it may just be the opening of the floodgates. There's no way that he doesn't finish that. And even with a goalkeeper, there's no way that that gets saved. That is a beautiful finish from Michele Blanchard, who's having a good debut season at Hartlepool United. On occasion, personally, I found him a bit inconsistent, but he usually does bounce back. He's like one of those. I remember, I think it was Man United. I don't remember who it was. I think it might have been Tammy Abraham with the Man United career mode, where they scored in groups and assisted in groups rather than like one per game. Blanchard is the opposite of that. I can't remember. I don't think I had another one that was the opposite. Contreras good tackle. Mbongo getting brought down, but Contreras, of course, getting the ball. I think he might have come off a Tranmere man last. All right. That's very good by Contreras. That's fantastic by the Mexican. Not only does he get a tackle, and he wins the goal kick for us as well. You've got to respect it. Nkosi's linking up now. Once again. Now Blanchard. Making a move in for Jay Marango. He's got one more to Mariano Martinez. Gonna knock it back to Mills. Turnbull with a decent save. I mean, technically it should be handball, but he's playing in goal today. Have a decent fight. As have Tranmere been all season, to be fair. They've won 4 games with that goalkeeper, so whoever teams have beaten are shit. Sorry, I was taking a drink there. But I can't really say the other teams are shit because we nearly lost to them. 4-3 it was. Brenton Park, I believe it's called. Remember this name correctly. A bit of a tangle there with Arango and Jameson. I think Arango might have been offside anyway. So if he won the ball, it wouldn't have mattered. But complaints from the Victoria Park faithful. Good save, Duncan. And I think it's 1-0 MK Dons still. But the news got cut off because of that opportunity. Not that MK Dons winning bothers me. We've got a good points lead on them at the moment. Just as long as we don't fall apart as the season comes towards its end here. 10 more games after the episode today. I want to see where we're at the end of the episode today. We could potentially be top, but Birmingham have been very good as well. Tried to switch the Iron Corsi there. The game was like, let's just let them have a shot, actually. And it's over, but not by a million miles. Could have gone wrong. Thankfully, it didn't go wrong. It was all good. In the hood. Contreras off to Gomes. Now Martinez into Curtis Mills. Arango dropping out wide here, which is interesting. Martinez into Blanchard. Mills, I think he's offside. And the keeper caught it as well, so fair play to the centre back / keeper. But yeah, offside was the correct call there. I mean, a free kick to Tranmere, of course. That's how offsides work. If you don't know, now you know. Bristow inside to O'Connor. And Corsi closes it down. The midfield and Corsi, should mention as well. Do lose the ball again, unfortunately. And now it's movement from Tranmere. Ball nearly got through. Nobody was trying to close it down from Hartlepool there. It was interesting. Launched out to Ochoa. He takes on Dacres Cogley with ease. He's frustrated about it. And now Fran Ochoa going to come all the way in. Off to Jay Marango. And that's a great save. Arango gets a second chance, but it's going to be closed down. How have we only scored 1 against the centre-back, boys? What's going on? Ball forward to Hemmings. Down the half. It could be a Tranmere equaliser if we don't watch out. That's a poor ball across to Morris. We'll go out of play. And it will end 1-0 at the break here. In favour of Hartlepool United. The only goal coming from Achille Blanchard, which was a fantastic finish. I'm mad that it's only 1-0, to be honest with you. I don't exactly know how it's only 1, but it is. So it's just the way she blows, unfortunately. It's incredible how we've only scored 1 past the centre-back, in my opinion, but there's still plenty of time. We'll take it, I guess, just as long as it doesn't result in us getting fucked over. When I say getting fucked over, I mean me fucking over myself. What's up, Pirate Joel? I'm doing good, mate. How are you? At the break, it's Charlton 1, Birmingham 1. Charlton holding Birmingham at the moment. That could be an interesting story to go through this episode. 0-0 between Bristol Rovers and Rotherham United. 2-0 to Sheffield Wednesday over Oxford United. 1-0 to Accrington over Burton Albion. 0-0 between Peterborough and Wickham. 1-0 to Stoke over Rochdale. So continue to scroll down. Portsmouth lead 1-0 over Walsall, which I think as it stands they'll go back top. It's an interesting little 3-horse race here in League One. Northampton leading Derby 1-0. Mansfield drawing 0-0 with Cheltenham. 1-0 to Lincoln over Shrewsbury. And 1-1 between Cambridge United and MK Dons. At the moment, it's 1-0 to us, but it really should be more. Their goalkeeper, who isn't even a goalkeeper, has actually had a really good game. 50-50 in terms of possession, 7 shots to 4, and 1.8 expected goals to 1. I think it's because he's 6'1" that he's saving so many shots. And I'm really hoping to get a goalkeeper next season, man. Acho wins the ball instantly. Blanchard, Iran goes through. This goalkeeper slash centre-back is putting on a show. Might just sign him as a goalkeeper on a permanent kind of deal. So if you're just joining, it's the first time you've seen me face Tranmere. They've not got a goalkeeper. They're playing a centre-back in goal. They didn't sign any goalkeepers for whatever reason in January or the summer. So they do not have a goalkeeper in the whole squad. Yeah, but the centre-back in goal is having a hell of a day. So, can't complain too much. Achoa. I mean, you can complain if you're me, because it should be like 4 or 5-0. If you're Tranmere, you're taking a 1-0 deficit at the moment. It's still doable for them to bring it back. DeFrell's gone to Colorado, whoever he is. Baker's Colga down the right. Ball in. Caught by Galloway. Scuteri doing good, man. Corsi. Choa. I mean, we've beaten the defence with ease. But I didn't actually expect to score because it's been a good day for Tranmere's goalkeeper. We just run through with ease and slot it in. Fran Achoa is back, ladies and gentlemen. Don't you forget about it. And that second goal should surely see us over the line. We're definitely going to hit 100 goals this season. It's just how many over 100 are we going to get? Because we've had some big results in our favour this season. It doesn't feel like... I don't know if this makes sense. But it doesn't feel like we've scored as many as we have. Like we've scored 90 or something. It doesn't feel like that, if that makes sense. Good save from Duncan at the near post. Didn't really close it down particularly well. There was a goal as well there. I didn't see who it was for. I'm presuming either Birmingham or Portsmouth. Cut out by Bristol. It's going to be a throw into us. Rodriguez and Jolly coming on from Morris and Hemmings. Might bring our own Rodriguez on soon just to give him a bit of fun. Don't necessarily need to, but just why not, innit? Martinez. Blanchard. Is he on? He is, but the shot's bad. Unlucky for Michele Blanchard. But then again, could have aimed it better. Saudi Arabia have made an offer to Aussie men now. Fucking hell. Blanchard. Flows down and it's going to be away by Tranmere. Like I said at the start, their team is actually probably good enough to survive this league. It's just they don't have a goalkeeper. If they did, they'd probably stay up. Mills from range. You don't know if you don't try, honestly. If they go in another summer window without signing a goalkeeper, I don't know how to help them. And to be honest, I'd give them a goalkeeper if I could, but none of them have bid for my... Tranmere's not bid for any of my goalkeepers. And Corsi means... well, Corsi with a tackle means it's a throw into Tranmere. They try to keep it going here. Try to keep their very low chances of survival alive. Good tackle by Nkosi. Put off the power shot from Rodriguez. And the other Nkosi will bring it away, kind of. Mbongo with a tackle. We're going to make some changes as well. We'll bring on Malik Diop because he does need game time. And we're also going to bring on Ronnie Hansen, I think, at the back. Marion Saunders coming on for Hoti and Mbongo. Another double change for the away side. With us also making a double change. Diop and Hansen for Nkosi and Contreras. Nkosi into Diop with a throw now. Still yet to see the best of Malik Diop, but it's only been a month, so I will give it time. Blanchard needs an option in the middle. And it's going to be I don't really know who it was aimed for. It's kind of just sent to the middle with the hope it'd lock onto somebody. And I think it locked onto Franachoa. Gomez keeps it alive. Now Hansen. They get it back to Duncan. I'd like another clean sheet, to be honest, because we had that streak of 4 clean sheets. Then, of course, we conceded twice against Bristol Rovers. But getting the clean sheet streak going again, or at least 1 clean sheet, would be fantastic. I don't think we'll get the golden glove by any means, just the record, but it'd be nice to keep it. Hansen directs it back to Galloway. Was thinking of bringing on either Roberts or Palacios, but I don't think it's necessary. Mills. Martinez. The search here. Stoker leading Rochdale. They might get involved in a late little race as well. That's a stupid challenge. It's a yellow card. Saunders chopping down Diop there. Hoping that's not an injury for our Senegalese CDM. Doesn't look like it, which is fine. I'm going to try something here, which probably won't work. But why not, innit? Honestly, wasn't far off. Why not try it, you know? It really wasn't that bad. Ewan Galloway nearly matching his antics from his goal of the season a couple of seasons ago. Nearly matching it there would have actually won up to it, in my opinion. But of course, he did used to be a striker. Now a centre-back, who's unfortunately hit his potential, but I don't think he's going to be going anywhere, in my opinion, anytime soon. So I'm very much like using him. He doesn't feel like a 72 rated, to be honest. And it feels like he could improve. So we'll give him time. Blanchard's shot blocked. And away. Hansen gets enough of a touch to it. Diop. I mean, it has been a game that we've largely been in control of. And it really should be more than 2, but I'm not going to complain. Malik Diop into Arango. Should wrap it up. It's a big deflection, but it does wrap it up. James Arango converts the 3rd. That should be it, but I've had situations where it's not going to be. It's a huge deflection, but it's one we'll take. I'm assuming it will be credited to Jim Arango. Still going on target, so I don't know why it wouldn't be. Hasn't had a lot of success in the league this year, but hasn't had a lot of opportunity to show himself in the league. He's been more of a cup kind of striker. Even though it's been a bit of a difficult season for him. But Blanchard wins it back immediately. It could be 4. It probably will be 4. It's a great block from Jameson to prevent that 4th, though. I won't bring on Rodriguez. There's no need. We'll show mercy a little bit. 3-0, good job. Hartlepool to the championship. We want Hartlepool in the championship. We do. We want Hartlepool in the championship. And we're going the right way about it. Still a bit of time to go in the season, but we're looking good for it. Galloway forces a save at Turnbull. It could have been a 4th there. And another one for the centre-back. Good knockdown by Blanchard. Spots Galloway, tries to nod it in. It might be cleared off the line anyway. But save once again. Franachoa to deliver it again. This time it's going to go direct to Ewan Galloway. It's cleared only as far as Curtis Mills. Mario Martinez. Tried to cut his way in, couldn't manage it. And now Tranmere could counter. I've committed Hansen like an absolute idiot. Still might be a chance on for Tranmere here to just take one with him. Ruin my clean sheet idea. Hansen does enough and Gomez should be able to get it out of here. Which he does. And that will wrap up what has been probably a very expected victory against 24th place. There's 5 minutes, I'm not sure why they've been added on. Blanchard just trying to find a way through, trying to navigate it through so he could take it on his right. Couldn't manage. Hansen, well, I thought Hansen intercepted it because he was in the way, but the game has decided against that. Galloway, I can't believe they brought off Hemmings, by the way. Out of all people, I think they brought off Hemmings anyway. Their main goal threat they decided to sub off. It's the promotion side. Okay, that's just dumb from me to run like that with Ochoa. That should be it, but they're going to get one more roll of dice here. No, they're not. Hansen closed it down. 3-0 victory. Another clean sheet for Hartlepool. And probably, I mean, it doesn't send Tranmere down yet, but it's only a matter of time before Tranmere get relegated. Jay Marango getting the third. After Blanchard opened the scoring. And I believe it was Fran Ochoa who got the second. And to say they don't have a goalkeeper, only conceding 3 is not bad. Some good saves pulled out by their quote-unquote goalkeeper as well. Excuse me. Stop on my stream. Bear with me, guys. If it lagged a bit there, I don't know what happened. It lagged for me, but hopefully it's all good. I mean, as I was saying, 3-0 win for Hartlepool United. Looking at the stats, 54-46 in terms of possession, 17 shots to 7, 4.1 expected goals to 1.2. Means it is a dominant victory, as it bloody should be. Man of the match goes to Fran Ochoa. It honestly could have been anyone today. But Fran Ochoa does get the credit he deserves. Creative off that side again, as we know he can be. I just wish it was more consistent. But 9 rating for him today and a goal. Akile Blanchard bagging as well. Could have more today. But a goal and 8.7. Mario Martinez with an assist and an 8.3. And then Rafael Gomez putting in a shift at right back, earning an 8 rating. Jay Marango as well, getting a big game chance today. Does get the goal his performance deserved as well. 7.9. And then Galloway, of course, ever the impressive centre-back, 7.9 from him. With Logan Duncan, how did he do? 3 shots on his goal today, 3 saves. Not a lot of work needed to be put in by the Scot, but enough, I guess. Nkosi with 7 rating and assist, and then Diop with the other assist, 6.7. Not too shabby there. Man of the match, if you can pick one for Tranmere, goes to Ethan Bristol, who gets a 7.8. Tried his best. And goalkeeper slash centre-back Jordan Turnbull put in a good performance, to be honest. Some fantastic saves from him, despite not being a goalkeeper. 11 shots in his goal, 8 saves. Only conceded 3. It could have been worse. It really could have been worse. But anyway, it's going to be a matter of time before Tranmere go down. So let's get to the post-match interview. Let's see where we're going to end on the table after this one. Birmingham drew, Portsmouth won 4-0. So, regardless of all the other results, we'll stay third. For now. 7 wins in a row in the league now. We're unstoppable a little bit. But all credit to the players in that one. That one there was just a matter of going through the motions, really. I feel a bit bad for Tranmere, but it's their own stupidity. Let's let them down. Like, if you got 2 transfer windows to sign a goalkeeper and you don't sign a goalkeeper, I don't feel sorry for you. Tranmere are definitely going down. Rochdale are definitely going down. I can't see Wickham staying up either. I think 3 of the 4 relegation teams are probably already sorted. And we advance now towards the end of February. On the last day of February, we'll have Charlton Athletic, who are another team that are in the relegation area. We're getting quite lucky with our games at the moment, but we do still have... I think we have Portsmouth to play again. And we also have Birmingham to play again. We've got quite a couple of difficult matches. Peterborough are going to be a challenge. Birmingham, Rotherham. Derby probably going to suck, even though they're having not a great season. And then, of course, Portsmouth and Sheffield Wednesday towards the end of it. So there's still some difficult games to go. But at the moment, we're getting a good run of easy games. Player chat from Marius Thomas. He wants the match against Charlton. I don't really see why not, to be honest. He can have it. We'll save over just so I don't lose any progress. And we will see what we got next. Charlton are just above the relegation zone. So we're 1 point behind Birmingham, same amount of games, and we're 2 points behind Portsmouth with a game in hand. We're 11 points clear now of 4th place, so it really is Portsmouth, Birmingham, Hartlepool in this title race now. I believe the Dons, MK Dons, lost again. Lost to Cambridge, and I think Rotherham drew. They won 2-0. So that is how it's looking. We're escaping a little bit, but there's still 2 tough teams to contend with, and we've still got to play both of them. In fact, we've still got to play all the playoff teams, I think, again, apart from MK Dons and Stoke. Shrewsbury we need to play still. Peterborough we need to play still. Sheffield Wednesday as well. There's some tough games to come. And for this game, though, it should be a win. But Charlton might shock me. This is how the news looks after the game. Hartlepool keep clean sheet against Tranmere. A solid display from Hartlepool United's defence saw Shabalala's men keep a clean sheet against Tranmere Rovers and claim a 3-0 victory. Suleimana got a hat-trick. Is he still at Southampton? Yes, he is. Just I wasn't sure if he moved clubs. And Hartlepool take on Charlton. Plenty of football, just a job for Roberts. Many top players can get unsettled and disgruntled with life when they are not getting games, but that's certainly not a situation even Roberts needs to worry about just now. He's currently one of the first names on the team sheet at Hartlepool United. It's great to be backed by a manager so much I don't have to worry about getting picked. I can concentrate on my games and on delivering the best performances I can. Of course, if my form dipped, I'd understand that I might get dropped, but I hope it doesn't come to that. I don't think it will. Wolves versus Spurs in the Carabao Cup final. Eek. Also, just to show you as well the other cups. This is how they're looking. We got knocked out by Blackpool in the FA Cup, so they advanced their round 16 to play Wolves, who are Carabao Cup finalists. I'm kind of glad we avoided them. Of course, we lost to Blackpool in the 4th round, which is good for us, honestly. 4th round, I'll take that. And then Papa John's Trophy. Bit of pain there, but not a big deal. We lost to Fleetwood on penalties, and it looks as if it's going to elude us, this career mode, because it looks like we're going to be going up in some capacity. Those are semi-finals. Rotherham United, Fleetwood Town versus... they're against each other. Grimsby and MK Dons are against each other as well. So, that is how it's looking. Without further ado, though, might as well load in this Charlton match. I think if I've covered everything I need to cover, I'm just going to quick check. Yeah, right. Sweet. So up next then, 3rd game of the episode today against Charlton Athletic. I'm going to rotate a little bit again. Not a lot, because they do still have a good team. We're going to have Ronnie Hansen come in today. We're going to keep Moffat in, keep Alonso in, because Gomez and Nkosi just had games. Diop stays in. He hasn't started properly for a bit. Cochrane getting a bit uncomfortable. He's going to come in then. And there was somebody who asked for a game, but I can't remember who it was off the top of my head. It was Marius Thomas, wasn't it? I just remembered as I was about to quit out there. So Cochrane won't be starting. In fact, he will. We'll put him where Diop is. And Blanchard impressed me, to be honest, last game. So I think we'll stick with that. But Harry Howell's there. He's had a good season off the bench, so we'll keep an eye on him. But that is going to be a team that we play again, or that we use against Charlton Athletic. It should be a winning team. Everyone over 70 rated, so I don't see an issue with us getting the victory here. MK Dons play Shrewsbury. Could be a playoff match there, nearly. Portsmouth and Rochdale Portsmouth will get 3 more points, which is a pain. But we'll still have a game in hand. And then Rotherham United and Birmingham. That's going to be a big one as well. 2 teams performing very well at the moment. So we'll just keep an eye on those. But this is a team we're going to be using against Charlton Athletic. We've got Duncan in goal, Moffat and Alonso as the fullbacks, Galloway and Hansen as the centre-backs, Cochrane at centre-mid with Thomas at cam, Ochoa off the left, Roberts off the right, with Blanchard and Club captain Carlos Rodriguez leading the line. So, at Victoria Park, for the third game of today's episode, it's Hartlepool United versus Charlton Athletic. So I'm not sure what to call this episode, but again, we're not at the end of it yet. If we end the episode at the top, I'll probably do something in terms of being top of the table at the end of the episode, some kind of title like that. But again, if we're not, then I'll have to figure something out, which I will. Something might happen in these next 3 games, which I can go off of. Sometimes the hardest part of these episodes is thinking of a title for the episodes and trying to find the exact clip I want as a thumbnail. That's also quite difficult, but mainly it's the titles of the episodes that I struggle with sometimes. I try not to reuse titles, because there's been a couple of times where I thought, oh, this title sounds good. I've already used it on a different episode of the Hartlepool United career mode. So I have to try and either twist it a bit or just go with something new. But we'll figure something out. There's still plenty of time in this episode for stuff to happen. It is a good team, so I don't know why they're struggling so bad. There's a good amount of players there that have the quality to even have Charlton up the table a bit. I don't know about playoff fight, but definitely a mid-table side, that. I don't know what's going on with Charlton.
Thank you. Enjoy the game.
Let's see then. Can we get our 8th successive league win and potentially end the day top of the table? I'd hope so. Charlton, like I said, good team to be honest. Not doing good in terms of results, but good amount of players. Grandal's cutting out from Rodriguez. It only goes as far as Cochrane. Blanchard gets fouled, and the ref will bring it back. But I am in a bit of confusion why Charlton are doing so bad, to be honest with you. With them being 20th, it's a game we should be winning. Carlos Rodriguez is going to line his free kick up. And I'm going to shoot it. I don't think I'll score it, but I'll definitely shoot it, see what I can get out of it. Deflected off the wall. I don't think I would... Oh, okay. I wanted to watch the replay, actually. The game skipped it. Apparently I put it straight into the wall. I definitely had the dip on it. It was just a good jump. Smartly timed. That definitely troubles the keeper if the jump isn't there from the wall. Corner anyway. Fran Ochoa to deliver early on. Can we get an early goal? Achille Blanchard is the target. It's going to fall to Jack Cochrane. Now Galloway from the edge of the area, just wide. Strong start. Not a goal, but a decent free kick effort. And good creation from the corner, but only 4 minutes in, so I'm not going to complain yet. I might complain later, but not yet. Marius Thomas wins a header. It's the player I wanted to go to, but not really a technique I wanted. Oh, bollocks. Good ball in, to be honest. And if Leeburn gets a decent connection to that, Duncan's probably beaten, but thankfully it was awful connection. Onto the crossfield diag to Moffat and try to put it through to Ochoa. Did Rochdale just take the lead over Portsmouth? I didn't see because it went off the news. And Alex Scott is talking about it, but I'm talking over it. I don't know who she said the goal was for. I'm assuming it's for Rochdale. It said Rodney, I think. Pretty sure he plays for Rochdale. Bounce off of Hansen. Right, okay. Are we doing that then? Is that what we're doing? Is that what we're doing, FIFA 23? Is that what I'm getting today? Alright, bet. Cool that. In the centre of Hansen just bounces perfectly back. Well, sometimes you don't get what you deserve every time. To be fair, we shouldn't have beaten whoever we started off in the episode against anyway, so maybe that's a bit of comeback from the game there. But it's just bounced straight off of Hansen, perfectly back to the attacker, which is a bit suspicious, but I ain't saying nothing. I ain't saying nothing. Second goal of the season from Morgan, who's captaining the side today. And we are down a goal here at Victoria Park, which is kind of annoying because Portsmouth are also a goal down. Not had any news from the Birmingham game. If we want to take advantage of the situation happening in the Portsmouth game, we're going to have to figure it out quickly. Pretty sure Portsmouth are at home as well. They're struggling. Fratton Park, we're struggling at Victoria Park. I'm struggling to find the player I want to control. Like, it won't let me. We've gone through this. We've gone through this over and over again. This has happened multiple times. And I don't think it's ever going to change. But it's just not going the player I want to be using. Which is fucking frustrating, to be honest with you. It makes me be Hansen here. And I try and switch. It doesn't switch until after the ball's already past my players. And this guy has scored 1 all season. Has now scored 2 today. Figure that one out. Boys. I mean, both goals have been a bit silly. The second one, there's not really much wrong, other than I couldn't be the player I wanted to be. The first one just bounces off my defender into their path, which is kind of annoying. But it's not the end of the world. Still a lot of time in this match, and if it has to be a goal fest, then so be it. Zadadka blocking it for a corner. But it's just, I feel like when I try and change player, and like I said, I've complained this a million times. Complained about it a billion times probably at this point. There's at least one occasion every episode where I'm complaining about something. Today it's player changing. It just doesn't do it when you want it to do it. It'll either delay it or it just won't do it at all. And it's fucking infuriating, genuinely. Galloway. Try and find Cochrane here. Effort off the edge of the area. It's blocked by Charlton. Cho gets to Roberts, who people think he's offside. He wasn't. I wasn't sure, to be honest, which is why I didn't try a shot. It bounces to Blanchard, but it's cleared away by Charlton. I've released that with Hansen before he's even tackled me. I don't want to complain. I want to just enjoy the game. But sometimes it's so difficult. I don't know where my right back is. Straight out of Duncan there from Blackett Taylor. I mean, he's been 50-50 this game so far. Really, we've had our opening chances, they've had their chances, they've taken their chances, and we haven't. That's pretty much the be-all and end-all of it. They've taken their chances, we haven't. And I can't get pissed at that. It's smart from Charlton to just try and get as much of a lead as they can early on here. The bounces aren't really helping me, but such is life. Sometimes the football bounces in a different direction to what you expect. Roberts is not... It's not the direction I wanted to run with him, but that's okay. They bounced off a Blanchard back to them. You see what I mean? None of these 50-50s are going in my favour. Fuck off. It's been a while since we had one of these. You know what? It feels refreshing. Since we had one of these fucking ass backwards shit fucking games. I mean, ultimately, they've had better chances. They scored. There's not much more I could say than that. It's not that we've played bad, it's just that we've got nothing in our favour. And they've had absolutely everything. It's silly, but there's nothing you can do about it. And I'm not going to complain about it because we were on. We still might be on. I'm able to pull off an incredible comeback here. A 7-game win run. Ochoa's just not released the ball when I pressed to release the ball. I don't really know what's happened here, to be honest. I just feel like a bit silly this game. I'd argue at this point they've probably been the better team. The bounce off of Moffat goes for their throw-in. It just doesn't end. If I switch to bloody... No, I can't. I just want to switch to my centre mid. Duncan prevents a fourth. We are stinking up the gaff a little bit. Who have I got in centre mid? Blanchard. That's not even my centre mid, it's my striker. Right, come on, Rodriguez. Get us one back, mate. Give us a bit of hope. Thank you. Right. Apparently without the shot target until just there. Oh my. Thank God that we have probably the best striker in the world. Definitely in the league. He's a top scorer. It's a great ball over from Blanchard. It's a great finish from Rodriguez. I honestly thought we'd have more chances than that, but we hadn't had one on target, so I guess fair enough. What the fuck's the foul for? I'm assuming the foul was against me because play didn't stop when I got the ball. I don't really know at this point with this game. Rodriguez gets tackled, Ochoa gets tackled. I just know where I'm going before even I know where I'm going. Galloway gets it to Ochoa. Cochran. Rodriguez. Thomas. Oh my god, it's wide. Oh my god, it's wide. Oh! I aim for the bottom left and it just goes there. Alright, bet. I don't know what's happening to this team. Maybe the pressure of trying to get a league title now is cracking them a bit. I don't know. We're on a 7-game win streak, so I don't know what the fuck's the problem. Plus, I need that league title to stay in a job, most likely. I'll probably be able to stay in a job anyway, regardless, but they marked me so far down for being one less round in the FA Cup than they wanted, and it's so stupid every time. They've not marked off an objective that I have done twice now. And I just... If I get sacked, I'm going to be very pissed off. Cracking save again. I don't know why Hans isn't cutting out, but that's a cracking save again from Duncan. It could be 6 or 7, genuinely. He's not had the best of days, like we know he can have, with the 5 clean sheets in 6 games, but it's not still a bad day. I should have passed that way earlier. I'm a fucking idiot. I'm not happy with this game. I mean, they deserve it. Doesn't mean I'm happy with it. They're 20th, goddammit. We are 3rd. Roberts hasn't done much at all today. Hasn't been able to. She's been a bit painful all around in this game so far. But, ultimately, there's still a second half to play. And if it has to be a goal fest, then it has to be a goal fest. Been a while since we had a proper goal fest. These other promotion teams are going to be looking at the results here and licking their lips. 1-0 to Tranmere Rovers over Cambridge United. 1-0 to Shrewsbury over MK Dons. 0-0 between Lincoln and Mansfield Town. 1-0 to Cheltenham Town over Northampton. Derby County leading Walsall 1-0. Rochdale leading Portsmouth at Fratton Park still 1-0. With Burton Albion leading Sheffield Wednesday. And Rotherham United leading Birmingham City. Interesting that when all the other teams above me are losing and I could go top, that's when I start losing. Not sure about that timing there, EA. Look at the stats: 54-46 turns of possession, 17 shots to 6, or 7 shots to 6, I should say, and 2.4 expected goals to 1.6. But I can't really complain. When you look at the shot accuracy, it's been abysmal from us today. 1 on target, 2 off target, 3 blocked. Every shot of Charlton's has been accurate. We've just not been accurate enough. We can fix the accuracy issue in the second half. There's still a point at least in this for us. Potentially 3 if we're lucky. But definitely a point is still on the line here. Alonso, good tackle to open the half on Blackett Taylor. My cables have tangled and not even moved. That's interesting. Marius Thomas, good double tackle there. Blanchard. Now Thomas. Going to try and lay it off to Roberts. Rodriguez is making the run through, but it's not the greatest of run throughs. The Peruvian Prince. Roberts, Thomas. Back to Rodriguez. Good save. But we're cooking to open the half. Ochoa. Blanchard. Galloway. Didn't really get that at all, did we? Roberts. Going to go to Ochoa. We're going to lay it edge to Thomas. Cochrane. Back to Marius Thomas. Why not? Because McGrandles has closed it down. We'll get in our corner though. We're doing a deep dive on EAFC 24 at the moment. I'll watch it later though. One of my mates just messaged me saying that I'll watch it later. I don't even know if I'm going to get EAFC 24 yet. I'm not going to get it on release. I'll give you that information right now. I'm not getting it on release. Whether I get it all is still up for debate. It depends how it looks throughout the year. I'm definitely... One thing I am doing is finishing this Hartlepool career first. However many seasons that takes, however many months that takes. It takes till Christmas, it takes till Christmas. We're finishing the Hartlepool mode off. And then I might try something else next year for career mode. If I do get the game. If I don't get the game, we'll just... Hansen, mate, use your brain. Does that need to be launched into row Z? I was trying to just knock it out to the right hand side. I was trying to get to Roberts and being 100% with you, but still, it's way off target from where I wanted to put it. Alonso, double tackle, doesn't get the ball. The theme of that today. Hansen does block it. This time don't kick off the pitch, thank you. Roberts. It's not what you expect from Ethan Roberts, is it, ladies and gents? It's just been a bit off this game. Galloway to Ochoa. Turns his man and goes. Got the Jets on now, front of Ochoa. Going to knock it into Blanchard or Rodriguez. Not quite what I had in mind, but a decent effort. Rodriguez. Blanchard. Ochoa now. Back to Thomas. From range for double figures. Marius Thomas! There is still time to rescue a victory from the jaws of defeat. Will it occur? I don't know. Honestly, with how today's been, I'll take the point. But if we can pull out 3 points out of this situation, a 0 expected goal shot there from Marius Thomas. Took it on, bottom corner. A man that I'm going to have to make a future decision on. But he's a man I really want to keep around. I think ultimately, for the cam role, it'll come down to either keeping him or keeping Mills. And I'm not sure which direction I'm going to go yet. I mean, Thomas can grow a bit more, but I don't know how much more. Mills has hit his potential, but he's been a good player for this club. He's had a bit of an off kind of spell this season, but most of the time he's been more on and off. Ochoa. Just trying to find a shot in there. Wanted to get it across to Rodriguez, but the option got closed down. That's a very damn challenge. No card somehow. Let's see if we've got anybody off the bench that can come and change the tide for us a little bit more. We'll bring in Malik Diop and we'll bring in Curtis Mills. No, we won't actually. Thomas has been good. We'll bring in Malik Diop though. Campbell going to make way for Charlton Athletic as well. Don't know who's come on because I don't know their team that well. Diop for Cochrane. And Giussemi. Thomas is going to go for it again. Why not? We need that equaliser. Just go for it. Go for it, fellas. And if we get the sooner we get the equaliser, sooner we can maybe push for a winner. All right. Hansen loses the ball. Fantastic. Oh. Thought Hansen had that locked down, but it's a decent effort. And an easy save in the end for Mr. Logan Duncan. Moffat out to Ochoa. Oh my god, that's awful. Rodriguez keeps it alive though. Blanchard doesn't. Right, we're bringing off Blanchard. We know the clutch merchant that we got on the bench. And I'm also going to bring off Ochoa. That's not what I want to do. Ochoa loses 4 at striker. That's quite interesting. He'll never be a striker, obviously, but... Two more changes. Redonja for Ness on the Charlton side, and we're bringing on Palacios and Howell for Blanchard and Ochoa. And with 18 minutes to go, I think that's probably all the changes we're going to make. Can we find... I mean, at the very least, I'll take an equaliser, but... Can we find 3 points out of nowhere here? Great tackle by Moffat. Jusemi was in. And that is Douglas Moffat in a nutshell. Fantastic left back. Well, I was worried that we wouldn't find a bloody Sutherland replacement. There he is. Harry Howell's through. Off the bench to make it 3-3. It's hit the post. You've got to be kidding me. If that was the chance to get the equaliser, I might cry, honestly. Alonso puts a foot in, but not enough to win the ball back. Ball goes all the way into Leeburn. Pardon? What? My defender was there, right? I had to watch this one back, because that felt a bit silly. I mean, it's a good bit of play. I can't complain about every goal, can I? I mean, I will. But I shouldn't. It's a great ball through to number 33. But Galloway, why has he done that then? Why has Galloway fallen over to get that? It's a rare mistake from the vice-captain. He stays on his feet, he could probably cut that out and clear it. Well, that dream of the point has probably gone out the window. There's still 11 minutes, but it just hasn't felt like our day from minute 1 today, and I can't even get him with Palacios. He's not quite the Ochoa when it comes to dribbling. But it just feels a bit... No, I don't know. Good save from Duncan. I don't know how I'm not getting either Galloway or Hansen in there. Mainly because I've missed the tackle, but that's not the point. Black and Taylor coming off for Kirk. It's very much looking like our first loss in 8 league games, which we've had a good run. But I'm going to be hella pissed. Whatever. I'm going to be hella pissed if we fucking lose and then Portsmouth and Birmingham also lose. We could have made up that gap and didn't. I don't really know what to tell you about this game, to be honest, today. It's a great ball in, and... Sorry. There is a man on the line. I didn't even notice this upon first glance, but there's a man on the line here. What has he done? Did you... Who is on the line? Ramon Alonso. I know you're not the tallest, mate, but if you ducked this, I'll be pissed. You're fucking joking me. You're fucking joking. This man... I mean, if this man jumps, at least he's put an effort in. I mean, it was a very good header. It's probably unstoppable as it was, but I'd like to see him have jumped and tried. Right? It's not even an attempt. Oh, I'm fucking pissed off, man. Rodriguez hasn't been all that today. He did score earlier, of course, but he hasn't been all that today. Tried to cover Palacios because nobody else was in the box. Didn't work. I'm in a bit of shock, really. I mean, Charlton have come and conquered us. I said they might be a wild card. I knew they had a good team, but I didn't think it'd be this easy for him. Howell gets a shot saved. Birmingham get one back against Rotherham, but it looks like Birmingham are going to lose as well. I don't know the update on the Portsmouth-Rochdale game, but if we've all lost, I'm going to be so pissed, because that's a missed opportunity to stay in this and get to that top spot. It just feels like I can't switch player when I... Fuck off. Just fuck off. This isn't a 6-2. I'm not having it from this game. I don't mind losing. I'm fine with losing. 6-2 is bullshit. And this game knows it is. There's... yeah. I'll accept the loss. I admit the loss. It's a loss. We weren't meant to win today. 6-2 is a fucking joke. I don't understand how really we should be only conceding 3. We go from maybe conceding 3 and that's fine. We'll lose like 3-1 or 3-2 or something. To in the last 10 minutes, we go and concede 3 more. I fucking hate this game. I'm gonna be honest with you. And it is because I've lost 6-2. This game's good otherwise, but it's... I don't... Like, this is why my goal difference is so shit all the time. Because we should be conceding maybe 3 or 4. We're conceding 6 for no reason against a team that is in 20th. Get out of the pitch. I don't want to see it again. I don't know how we're conceding 6. I can't be arsed. I can't be arsed for this game. I've got 2 more to record, but I just feel like, yeah, we weren't good enough to get the win. Probably weren't even good enough to get a point. Charlton with a better team. But there's a fine line between them winning deservedly and then it just being bullshit and the game gives them extra goals just for the fucking fun of it. That was not a 6-2 by any stretch. And if you're telling me 20th place Charlton could score 6, then how the hell are they in 20th place? The inconsistency with this game is a fucking marvel, honestly. This is the reason I concede so many goals, because we'll have so many good games and suddenly concede 6 in the game from out of nowhere. Hell, we have more shots. Granted, our accuracy was piss poor, but we have more shots. 55 to 45 in terms of possession. 17 shots to 13. 4.6 expected goals to 3.3. Fair enough. I've accepted a 3-2 or maybe even a 4-2 loss. Though that 6-2 is just a fucking joke, innit? I don't mind losing. I'll be fine with losing. Just do it in a fucking sensible way. Don't do it where it shouldn't be 6-2. It just, I mean, I'm probably complaining about nothing, pissed and moaning about nothing. Because I probably didn't deserve to win, but I just feel like conceding 6 there. It's just a load of bollocks, to be honest. Goal from Rodriguez means our man of the match was 7.9. Moffat did what he could, but it was just a poor performance all around. Ochoa with an assist at 7.2. Thomas with the other goal, he got 7.2, and then Blanchard set up that one, get a 6.7. Logan Duncan gave it his all. They had every... You see what I mean as well? I don't know if this is a bit suspicious. Every shot they had went on target. All the teams have shots off target at some point. But shots on goal, 13. Shots on target, 13. I didn't like that game. And I will complain about those games all the time. And I apologise if the complaining gets annoying. But if you were in my shoes, if you were playing that game, you'd probably feel the same. 7 saves, 6 goals conceded. Couldn't do much today. I'm not going to blame him fully, but there was some that he could have stopped in that game. I suppose I better check Charlton rings. I don't really want to. Suppose I should. Miles Lever earned 2 goals, 2 assists, and 9.6. He gets man of the match with Albie Morgan, who has been as quiet as anything all season. Only 1 goal before today. Grabs a brace. 2 shots on goal, 2 scored. Not saying nothing. 2 assists as well from centre mid. Jack Payne with a goal and assist as well. 9 rate, and then Jessemi off the bench. Sealed the deal. Got a goal as well. 8.1. And even the defence was solid, I suppose. And Maynard Brewer, 5 shots on his goal, 3 saves, 2 conceded. Not a fantastic day for him, as it was for the rest of his team. And this Kirk with the other assist down here with a 6.2. Wondering where that other assist had gone. It was there. I mean, we've lost, and it's not like we didn't deserve to lose. We did. We absolutely deserved to take an L there. We don't deserve to be conceding 6. I'm not even gonna dwell on it too much. Because anyone watching this and anyone watching on Twitch, anyone watching on YouTube knows that there's no reason for me to be conceding 6 there. I'm a bit angry with it. I'm going to put some angry answers in. I'm going to try and keep the morale as high as I can, but we're losing 6-2. I can't fucking spin a positive on it. It did flatter them. They deserved to win, but better than the scoreline suggests. It's kind of a lie because we weren't better than the scoreline suggests, but bloody stupid. The board wishes to inform you that the position of the club is currently under close observation. Our confidence as regards your ability to manage the club successfully has been undermined by recent results. While no decision has yet been reached, we urge you to give every effort to achieve positive outcomes in relation to the goals we agreed upon for this season. So, do you want to take off the one that I already did twice? Would that help, potentially? Just an idea? Or are we just talking about the situation there where I won 7 games in a row and then lost once, and that's what's pissed you off? Or hell, maybe it's the FA Cup where you want a round of 16 performance from a League 1 side. Hell, you want it for a League 2 side. These FA Cup objectives are a bit silly. We got one singular round before the objective got knocked out. My manager rank is knocked down by 20. So there's a couple of situations here where I don't know how the fuck it's got to this point. Where we're on the performance review, to be honest with you. Let's keep an eye on those. I don't really know what I'm going to do with those players, to be honest. I'm probably just going to sell them all on. Make the profit on them. Curtis Mills wants to play a bit more. That could be arranged. Honestly, don't be surprised if I get sacked. Objectives that I've done haven't been ticked off. Objectives that I'm one round off of sent me into a pit of despair with manager rating. Down to 54 now. Hell, I don't even know if I'll get to the end of the season. We've had this situation before. Season 1 was a similar situation. We got to the end of the season, somehow held on to our job. I don't think it'll get to a critical stage because we have done a objective. Well, I should correct myself. We've done 2 objectives, but it hasn't ticked it off for some reason. Maybe I'll tick it off at the end of the season. Maybe I'm missing something. But I have signed important first team player, Akele Blanchard, and crucial first team player, Malik Diop. So someone's got to figure that one out for me. Win the League 1 title. I mean, pretty much our job hinges on can we win the league title. I don't know if autos will be enough. I think the league title has to be paramount to this success and to keeping our job. Because the financial thing we've got 2 seasons for, we'll do that next season. In fact, we'll do that. In fact, yeah, we'll do that next season because we're going to be doing a clear out anyway. I was thinking of bringing out some of the youth players and then selling them on, but we've not really got enough space. Again, we only 3 more spaces in this club. We've got too many players, which will be there'll be a clear out next season. Like a bigger clear out than what it was this season. And Thomas wants the game against Peterborough as well. Do you just want the game against everybody, mate? Granted, did play well against Charlton. You're probably one of the only ones that actually did alright against Charlton. So where does that leave the league table? It's my question of the day. Portsmouth are top. Birmingham lost as well. It's a fucking joke sometimes, this game. So did Birmingham lose heavily, or got to scroll all the way down to the end of February? Bear with me. But we lost heavily, I'll tell you that much. Tranmere won a game. Portsmouth drew 1-1, and Birmingham lost 2-1. Alright. And Rotherham, of course, have closed the gap now to 8 points between us and them. The last thing I want is to be dragged back into a playoff battle. I need that league title now, I think. Because the game is punishing me for not doing enough of the objectives. Despite one not being ticked off and the other one being unrealistic. Leeburn hits 2 as Charlton beat Hartlepool. Leeburn scores 2 for Charlton Athletic, or twice even for Charlton Athletic in their 6-2 win against Hartlepool United. Chelsea win 2-0 against Sheffield United. I do not care. Peterborough looked to improve against Hartlepool. It was also easy for Hartlepool United the last time teams met as they countered to a 2-0 victory against Peterborough United, who'll be looking for a better performance this time round. And I'm going to sneeze, but we'll go on to the next story quickly. Never mind, it's just when your nose tickles, but you're not actually going to sneeze. Disaster averted. It's a battle between two of the clubs in the pursuing pack as Peterborough United or Hartlepool United in the league. 3 points look vital to both teams as they attempt to close the gap on the teams above them at the top of the table. Peterborough United know that only a win will do for them as they play catch-up. Meanwhile, Hartlepool United know that a point would be a bad result, but they'll be chasing victory nevertheless. We should see a positive open game of football. So our third straight home game coming up, except it's not our third straight home game. We've already played our 3 home games. This is the 4th game of the episode. Wake up, you idiot. And the Player of the Month shortlist. We had a Cho up there again, but of course he's not going to win it because he doesn't deserve it, even though he's been good. 2 nominee months in a row for Ochoa as well, by the way. So you know he's coming back into his form a bit. So Ochoa for Hartlepool, Saito for Rotherham United, Leeburn for Charlton Athletic, and then Burns for MK Dons. And it's Saito's impressive performances. Koiki Saito, who is very good, it looks like, especially for this league. His impressive performances for Rotherham United earned him the EFL League One Player of the Month award for February. We still have Rotherham to play, don't we? At the end of the month, okay. Well, we finished off the day against Accrington after this Peterborough one, so hopefully 2 more wins can do us something here. I don't really know what to tell you. I don't really know what to expect from this game anymore because we just conceded 6 to a team that's in 20th, so you figure it out, ladies and gents. I might just go full strength genuinely here. I guess swap Duncan for Rojas though, because as much as not all of it was Duncan's fault, he still did concede 6. Cochrane should come in. Mills is asked for the game though, and Thomas is asked for the game. Right, we'll go with that. Fuck it. Right. Goes wrong, it goes wrong. Rojas in goal, Moffat and Alonso as the fullbacks, Galloway and Contreras as the centre backs. Problem is that match just there as well. Hansen's probably set back his game time for a little while. Didn't really cover himself in glory, even though it wasn't fully his fault either. Diop, CDM / centre mid, Mills, Cam, Ochoa off the left, Roberts off the right, with Howell and Rodriguez leading the line. Rodriguez is captain today. I should know the Peterborough Stadium name, but for some reason I'm drawing a blank. Birmingham played Cheltenham, Stoke played Burton Albion, Portsmouth play Oxford, Rotherham played Derby, and Sheffield Wednesday play MK Dons. Those are the matches I'll have on the goal news. So without any further ado, let's try and bounce back because I don't even know how we lost to the level that we lost. But we did deserve to lose and we need to fight back anyway. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's Peterborough versus Hartlepool United. And I should know the name of the London Road. Fucking hell. I blanked for ages, but I remember watching the playoffs between Peterborough United and Sheffield Wednesday. Weston Holmes Stadium. Yeah, London Road. Weston Holmes is the sponsor name. But yeah, I blanked for so long there that I remember watching the League One playoffs last year. Because they were probably the best playoffs I've ever watched. 4-0 up to somehow still lose the playoffs. Peterborough, bottle jobs. At the moment, they're bottling it in this save as well. They're only in 8th. There's a bit of a gap between 8th and 6th. Now, we have to just put what happened to the back of our minds. Because if I don't, I might explode with annoyance and anger. So we'll just stay calm. And we'll just try and win this. Excuse my burp as well if you heard it. I tried not to burp out loud. United chance, but not for us. We are the enemy in this one. First game and only game of today's episode where we will not be playing at Victoria Park.
Thank you. Enjoy the game.
Travel to London Road. United chance this time are for Peterborough rather than us. The posh crowd in full voice, knowing that we are at our most vulnerable to lose again. And also that Jabu Shabalal's manager rig is under scrutiny for whatever reason. Because we didn't get the FA Cup round of 16, we all got the round of 32. That's really the only one we failed. In fact, that is the only one we failed. I don't know what the issue is with this board. We've done the Youth Academy one right at the start of the season. We've done the crucial or important player, but it hasn't marked that off. And the other one was win the league title, which we're still on for, very much so. If they give us a time till the end of the season, we'll see if we can do it. But it depends if they give us that time. Moffat, Diop, to Mills. Got the space to fire one off. Saved by Hernandez. We've gone very strong today to try and get some revenge. I don't know what the revenge is because it wasn't even Peterborough's fault, but I guess the bounce back is more important. Another good effort from Roberts. Waking up Hernandez in the Peterborough net. It was a poor clearance with number 5. And Roberts took the chance on. Saved well. Fran Ochoa to deliver the ball in. Towards C-Rod. It's away. As far as Mills, who loses out to Poku. Ochoa keeps it in. He put himself in a bit of situation here, but he's actually worked his way out of the situation very well. Plays inside to Rodriguez, blocked well. Been all Hartlepool to open this game, but Peterborough might break away now, might bring it away. I actually want to bring Gomez in for this game. There's a change I want to make, but I forgot. I'm hoping he's on the bench, because I would like to use him in this game. I think it's going to be Nkosi, it's on the bench. Good save, Rojas. That could have snuck in. Ward to deliver for the away side. Ball in. See what I mean? 5'6" I've got to contest a header with. I mean, you won it, but like, that's not the point. The point is give me a tall player to defend headers with. I don't know if it was a ball across from Randall or a shot from Randall. Either way, whatever the plan was there from the winger or the midfielder, I don't even know where the fuck he plays for Peterborough, honestly. It didn't work out regardless, the plan that was on for Randall. I mean, best defensive team in the league, Peterborough. Highest scoring team in the league, Hartlepool. It's a big one. I'm guessing that's what the preview was, where I couldn't see the writing earlier when the game loaded in. Presuming that was what the preview was. Cool. My man Contreras and my men, I should say, Contreras and Alonso just walk into each other. Thankfully, there was nothing on the shot. That could have been a lot worse than what it was. Fran Ochoa goes again. Harry Howell asking for it. I don't really know what he can do from the situation. He's going to play it back to Malik Diop. They're going to be very defensive, obviously, because they've conceded the least in the league. Ochoa inside. Rodriguez blocked by Edwards. It's going to be difficult. Fran Uchoa with the corner. Can he deliver it to a head in Hartlepool colours? Ewan Galloway's the target. It's away, only as far as Mills. Roberts, he's going to strike one from range. It's blocked away. Alonso. They're trying to recycle it here. Rodriguez tried to play it for that little gap. I think it was Howell on the other side of that little gap. Couldn't get the pass to work. And now Peterborough somehow not getting tackled and also nearly winning a free kick for no reason. Rojas, good save. I'm struggling now, boys, honestly. Because I'm more concerned about the job security at the moment. Manager rating is slowly declining. There's nothing I can do to stop the decline. Because hell, I've even sold youth players and it's not contributed to the objective. I didn't even think about that. We sold plenty of youth players worth that much money. And it hasn't registered it. That's a foul on Mills. We a booking as well. Right, let's see what we can do. If anything, honestly. I'm honestly not feeling this game after that loss now against Charlton, which I know we deserve to lose, but it's just living in my mind rent free that we conceded 6. We obviously shouldn't have. Referee, can you fucking figure it out, mate? Because that was a clean tackle from Malik Diop. I'm not going into replay to look at it because I'm probably wrong, but I'm standing by my words. It's going to be a tough climb to the top. Especially if we're dropping stupid results like the one we just dropped. We can't drop points here. We physically can't. We have to get 3 points. Get back on the winning train. And of course, win again. Ref? Nothing. Alright. I was just curious. How was Moffat falling over here then? It's obviously I didn't go for them. What's the... Right, so... Let's just go into detail a bit here. That's a foul. He's left his leg out, and Moffat's fallen over it. How is that not a foul? I fucking can't be arsed. Of course, we haven't closed it down. Why would we? No, we're only trying to defend. Peterborough take the lead for Fuchs. No Fuchs given by the game, apparently, when Moffat gets fouled. It's poor positioning from my defence. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know why both defenders are committed across there, because I think I only controlled one. Rojas should be doing a bit better, but it's more I've been fouled in the build-up. I'm more annoyed about than anything else. Yando, or Giando, I don't know how to pronounce it. Fuchs makes it 6 goals for the season for him and puts Peterborough in the lead here at London Road. Whether deserved or undeserved, whether it was a foul or not a foul, it's a lead that we now have to try and chase again. 3rd time today we've gone down first. The only time we haven't was the one team that had no goalkeeper. In the Bristol game it was Rossiter. In the Charlton game it was Morgan. And in this game it was Fuchs. All the goals that puts behind. I'll tell you something, this game gives no Fuchs, I'll tell you that much. Harry Howell. Smart decision to put him in over Blanchard. I like them both, but I know Harry Howell may have to go. I'm bracing myself for that. But he's still got a brilliant shot on him. He's still a good player. I don't really want to sell him, but if he ain't going to get any better, I don't know what else to do. Goal back for Howell. Now 1-1. Goal number 10 now. Double figures for Harry Howell off the bench. 27 appearances. Not awful. Similar numbers to Marius Thomas. Blocked by Galloway for the corner. Why isn't we got a 6'6" guy to go short? Why doesn't it let me switch to Galloway? Oh, he's put it wide, thankfully. And Duncan's asking why he's not on the pitch. Fella, he conceded 6 last game. Just relax. You're back in next game. Just get a bit of a rest, bit of a breather. I'm not blaming you for that loss. There were some easy ones that could have made that loss a little less than 6-2. Tackle by Mikel Brensis. Means it's thrown to us. Might be the last chance before the break. Howell. Shower. Yep, cool. Just didn't do the skill move I wanted. That's fine. I've just committed fucking Galloway all the way up. I'm a fucking moron. It's blocked by Contreras. But I honestly expected to lose that header with Alonso. And we didn't, thankfully. If I lose that header with Alonso, it's probably 2-1 Peterborough. Shower now. Rodriguez, I don't know if Howell's on. It could be 2-1. Hartlepool here before the break. Harry Howell. This guy. I'm not selling him. I've decided. I've come to the executive decision. Brings too many important goals to this team for me to even think about letting him go. Right before the break, just onside, Harry Howell gives us a second, and we go in with a lead that I don't care if we deserve it or not. We don't deserve to lose 6-2 either, so we're going to be evening it out here. Harry Howell, number 11 of the season, and that should be the break. It is. You just got to wonder, how are Portsmouth and Birmingham doing in their games? We still can, if we win and they lose, go top at the end of this game. That's if we win. Fuchs with the opener for Peterborough, but quick fire double from Harry Howell means that we take the lead at London Road. Whether we deserve it or not, I couldn't give any less of a shit, to be honest. Charlton Athletic join 1-1 with Wycombe. Burton Albion leading Stoke City 1-0. 0-0 between Portsmouth and Oxford, who Portsmouth dropping points, but with the 1 point, they will stay at the top. Rotherham drawing 0-0 with Derby. Birmingham leading Charlton 1-0. Actually, would Birmingham go top? I don't remember the goal differences between those two. 1-0 to Lincoln over Bristol Rovers. 0-0 between Sheffield Wednesday and MK Dons. 0-0 between Accrington and Tranmere. And 1-1 between Rochdale and Cambridge. At London Road, it is 2-1 Hartlepool. It probably should be a draw, but I'm not fucking gonna take it from this game today. I lost 6-2 in a game that should have been 6-2, so 54-46 in terms of possession. 7 shots to 6 in favour of us, but 1.9 expected goals to 1.2 in favour of the Posh. Now, I know I said I wouldn't dwell on that game that just happened, but I am doing. So, cry about it. United, I don't know who these chances are coming from. Are they come from the Peterborough end to try and motivate their side, or they come from the Hartlepool end because they're happy to be in the lead? You just don't know. Moffat, Franachoa, bit of room now around Mikel Brensis. Harry Howell's asking for it again. He's 5'6". I don't know why I put that in the air. I'm a moron. Won it with Malik Diop. Half expected that to be a foul, even though it wasn't. This game today. Harry Howell going for his hat-trick. Bit greedy. but Rodriguez was marked. Worth a shot, I suppose. If I remember correctly, this Hernandez kid in the Peterborough goal is a regen. Could be wrong. He's in for Kwame Poku. I'm sure he should win the header and does because he's 6'3" and a lump. Roberts, Rodriguez, Howell. Oh, it was a good tackle from Knight. I tried to go in a different direction, but Knight had his trailing leg out and got the fucking foot to it. Very smart. Very annoying. Very smart, though. Ramon Alonso. Oh, Birmingham lead 2-0. Well, we won't be top today. Harry Howell doesn't get the connection. Just behind him, I think. But yeah, as it stands, it looks like we're not going to be top probably this episode, really. But especially today with Birmingham now leading and Portsmouth, we haven't heard from them, but they're probably still drawing, presumably. Okay. That's on me that time. I thought, silly me, I'm of course very stupid here. I thought my 88 pace fullback might catch up. He didn't. And then silly me times 2. Thought Rojas might do a bit better with that. He didn't. Now 2-2 at London Road. It was smart from Ward to just take on himself because beyond Moffat, I didn't really have any cover. I thought Moffat will catch up to the ball off him, but I don't really. I don't know why he didn't. Moffat's fast enough to catch that up. Birmingham had a penalty and missed it. Ochoa, just doesn't get anything on it. Not even any power on it. Not a great connection in general, to be honest. Rodriguez. Howell. Can't find a way through. I'm not even fussed about getting Howell the hat-trick. I was when we were a goal up, but now I'm not. Because we could end up being a goal down here with this game being the way it is today, which is dodgy. Even the Bristol Rovers one, which we won, was dodgy because we shouldn't have won it. I can accept when the bullshit's on my side as well, because we shouldn't have beaten Bristol Rovers to start the episode. Then we shouldn't have lost 6-2 in that last game. 2-2 is probably a fair result here, to be honest. Ward coming off for Ajiboye. Why couldn't they have done that earlier? I wouldn't have conceded to him then. Sorry, we'll make our changes soon. Not yet, though. Roberts. I was going to bring off Rodriguez. But maybe not yet, because he's just going to set up Harry Howell for his hat-trick. Maybe bring off Harry Howell. He's done all he needed to do today. The great ball across from Carlos Rodriguez. And Howell finds the top left. I don't want to sell Harry Howell. I'm going to be open and honest. We might need to, but that doesn't mean I want to. Great finish. Good play as well from Rodriguez. Kind of sliced that, did Howell, but it worked. It worked fine. And we're going to bring on Blanchard now. As well as Cochrane and Thomas. Oh, we needed that. Harry Howell, his hat-trick. Fantastic day. Fans cheering and applauding him. That travelled all the way to Peterborough from Hartlepool. Comes off to a rapturous applause, and on comes Achille Blanchard. Now, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but a fourth goal would be fantastic, boys. More likely it's going to be the equaliser for them first, because it has to be. It's one of the it's bullshit hour on this game. They're going to get the equaliser first, but eventually, can we get a fourth? Cochrane now. Out to Ochoa. Blanchard making the run. He's got a bit of pace. Not as much pace as I thought he would have, considering I've been developing him all season. It's a foul from Ochoa. The ref continues to play, and he'll win it back once the advantage is gone. Most of the time, it's usually us that gets fucked over by that, but for a change, it's Peterborough. You're doing the ball back from Franachoa, though. I don't really care what these scorelines have to be in these games, to be honest, as long as we win them. They could be 6-5 for all I care, 7-6, 8-7. Hell, they could be 10 or 11-10 or something. Whatever. Ridiculous scorelines. As long as... I've lost interest in the goal difference because you try and defend it, it doesn't matter. So as long as we're winning games by whatever scoreline, that's not the pass I made. I don't really care. You can you can fuck off. I think you can. I think I've decided that this game can fuck off. So, figuring this out here, I am aiming to Roberts. Maybe not Roberts. Who the fuck's in the middle? The one to my left there, is that Cochrane? I've aimed this to Cochrane. Let's get the VAR here. How does that pick out Thomas? And then, as I try and close this down, it's a good ball through. Thought Galloway might close it down, but through ball's good, finish is good. It's just a matter of I did not pass it there. So we can retake that if you like. I've aimed for Cochrane. And it's gone to a marked Marius Thomas instead. There's nothing Rojas can do about the finish. But again, it wasn't... I mean, it wasn't surprising. They were going to equalise. Just ain't my day today. We're not allowed to have fun for a long period. For multiple episodes in a row, we're not allowed to have fun. We can have like fun for one episode, and the next episode has to be you're getting bullshitted on. Good luck, mate. Try and control it best you can. Thomas going to try and run in now. Who's that there? Alonso? Why is he all the way up? He's at the post, to be fair. Of course he's at the post. Sorry to go in when I need it to go in back in that. As your boy, you can't keep it in. Moffat. Quick throw to Blanchard. Thomas. Don't know where that's going. I kind of panicked that pass. At least it went to one of my players. For the best defence in the league, they have conceded 3, to be fair. Oh. Right then. I just didn't want the pass to go directly to my player when I pressed A. I was thinking of doing a shit pass. I thought, might as well. Honestly, I'll take a point from this bullshit. I'd like the 3. I'm going to go for the 3. But I'll take the point from this bullshit. Thomas. Try to knock it to Rodriguez. It's a good close down, to be fair. I've got to give him credit where credit's due. I will give the players the AI credit, but like a lot of the time it's not always credit worthy what they do. I fucked up here with Alonso. Don't commit a cross, Contreras, for the love of God. Good save, Rojas. I genuinely thought I went through his legs in the back of the net. I was about to throw up. Chimanga coming on for Hernandez. Late change to Peterborough just to try and push for a winner. We've made all the changes I need or want to make. It's headed by Rodriguez to Franachoa, who's got the pace to bring this away. What's the added time extent? 4 minutes into Rodriguez. Do you know what? I need to sit for a minute. We will play the injury time minutes in a moment. I just need to think why suddenly one of the best passers on my team. I mean, he's actually not good at passing. Fucking hell. Maybe work his passing, first of all. Second of all, a simple pass then, I guess. Does not find its target there whatsoever. I'm wondering why. What did I do? Did I have that pass work? Bollocks off. Tell you what, if that goes in, Rojas is getting permanently banned from the world. Not that Rojas could have done anything about it, mind. It's just I would have been mad if it had gone in. He'd be the scapegoat. Actually, no, it'd be a Cho that'd be a scapegoat because he was on the lost in the fucking first place. Right, boys. Probably the last chance saloon to burst out the pitch and find something in this one. Roberts. Just lock. Right, I'm not being silly. Rodriguez was making his way in. Lock on to him. Lock on to the number 9. That probably would have found a winner there. Don't lock on to the number 11, who is the left winger and shouldn't be there. Granted, he wasn't there. He had to make the run to the ball because he got locked onto it. Just play off the number 9. I know we're at the end of the game, but I need to look back at this. Blanchard's in the middle. Maybe that was the pass. Probably was the pass, to be fair. But I cut back. Wanted to go to Rodriguez. It locks onto Ochoa, who just gets into tackle before he can do anything. Whatever. Ariel had a good day if nobody else did. This game really makes me want to throw my controller sometimes. Only a point. That hold on. Saw a little something in the instant replay there. I'm not being picky or anything. I just need to have a little gander. Okay, that's a different situation. I think it was this situation here. I didn't go in, but like, why am I not surprised to see? It's just a little foot glitch in it. Is it this one? So he should control us with his left, shouldn't he? He does. Okay. Now, surely you would think the left foot would probably hamper that shot. The ball literally going through his left foot would probably make that shot a little worse, some would say. Boom. On target. Ross make a save. Just, it's a perfect game, really. Flawless game that could not be critiqued in any way, shape or form, in my opinion. 53 to 47 in terms of possession. 12 shots to 11. 3.6 expected goals, 2.9. Probably deserved to be a draw, but I don't want to lose the job, very much. Manager rating's going to be going further down the shitter, and I just can't be arsed with it, really. 8.3, and somehow not man of the whole match, but man of the match for us. Hat-trick Harry Howell. He gets 3 today. Ochoa with an assist and 7.7, and then Rodriguez with 2 assists and 7.5. The Peruvian Prince really trying his damnedest. Alonso with a good rating too. But Rojas maybe lets down a little bit. Did what he could, but also the other ones were savable. So I don't really know. It's 8 shots on his goal though, 5 saves, 3 conceded. And looking at the other side of the coin, apparently Joe Ward, who only scored once, was better than Harry Howell, who scored 3 times. 8.5, however, for him, he was creative on the right side, I'll give him that. Kwame Poku, 8.1, a goal and 2 assists, and then Jando Fuchs with a goal and a 7.9. What rating is Kwame Poku now? 76, mad. Javi Hernandez getting another assist, 7.1. He's a regen. I'm assuming the other Hernandez is a regen as well. Yanis Hernandez. They've got a decent squad, but Kwame Poku, I'm surprised he's not left. I'm sure he probably will at some point. But anyway, can't get it in the favour all the time. A point apiece at London Road. Portsmouth lost and Birmingham won. So Birmingham go back top. I don't think we can physically get top now before the end of this episode. Oh man, I'm a bit pissed off honestly, but what can you do? Like, what can I do? I'm supposed to defend better probably. 2 of the goals today were defendable. The first one was a foul on Moffat in the build-up, but who's counting, you know? Only matters when I'm making the fucking tackles. You have to remember that. At least we didn't. Just trying to stay positive as much as I can. I don't even want to play this last game because I know this Accrington one's just going to somehow spiral into BS as well. Yeah, I'm aware that I'm under close observation, but I've done 2 objectives, so if you want to mark them off for me, that'd be fantastic. Marius Thomas is happy he got the game, and Corsi wants a game, so we'll give him one against Accrington. But I don't really know what to tell you. With his manager rating, I don't think it's gone down any further. It's still sitting at 54. But I just 2 objectives I've done, I've completed them. So, well, I don't know if it would count the youth sales or if that's for next season. I don't know. But anyway, final game of the day against Accrington. We actually still could end up top. I mismathed. And even then we could still end up in the automatic spots. Ultimately, this might be the game where we get to 100 goals as well. So a couple of things could occur in this one. But pretty much, we still could get top of the table. I don't think we will. Birmingham will probably win. Portsmouth will probably win. And Rotherham are closing that gap. The 3-horse race might not be a 3-horse race much longer. Anyway, we'll save over and we'll dive into this final game because I honestly just want to get the episode done now. That 6-2 is taking the morale out of me. I'm gonna keep complaining about it even though I said I wasn't, but it's just the way it goes. If you don't like it, you know what the mute know where the mute button is. I can't speak. Accrington in a relegation spot now, which means we're probably gonna lose 6-2. But I'm still bewildered at how that hasn't been completed when I've done it. And that hasn't been completed when I've done it unless... I can maybe forgive this one, because unless I have to do it next season, I don't know. And then mark it off next season, perhaps. Round of 16, stage of the FA Cup, we didn't make. We got the round of 32, but that's not enough. And we did the youth development objective already, so... I don't know how we're in such a awful position. I don't think we'll get into critical manager rating, but... They're not happy at the moment. I think if we win the league title, obviously they'll cheer up a bit. Howell hat-trick, not enough in Hartlepool draw. Despite a stunning display by Howell, Peterborough United fans were left frustrated as their defensive mistakes cost them in a 3-3 draw against Hartlepool United. It's 50-50, really. Could have gone either way. Hartlepool expecting another win against Accrington, obviously. Probably won't get it, but we're expecting it. Hartlepool United will be looking forward to another win if the 3-1 victory in their last encounter against Accrington Stanley offers any clues to which way today's result will go. And they'll probably say only a win will do catch up for something as they look to climb top of the table. But yeah, Accrington are in 21st. So, not even close to the top of the table. And Cambridge and Peterborough, that derby's going on. And Mick George, both getting spotted by Mick George. So, there you go. Yep, we beat Rapid Vienna because we're good. Man United, big ups. Man City beat Southampton. Shit. Right, final game then of today's episode. What do we want to do for it? Do I want to just go full strength? There were a couple of players that asked for games. I cannot remember who asked for a game, so I'll be back in a second. And Corsi, right. That's fine. We can do that. We can do that! Right. Duncan back in net. Moffat, yeah. Galloway, yeah. Fact. Try this. Alonso for Gomes. Diop for Nkosi. Cochrane for Mills. Roberts for Martinez, who's getting very upset quickly. I don't know why. And then I think we'll leave it like that. I was going to bring on Palacios, but we won't. Actually, we won't leave it like that. I'm going to try something very risky. Howell and Blanchard, Rodriguez on the bench, who has now got up to 77, by the way. Look at him. Need to work on his other stats a bit. I think his pace and shooting is good enough now. Finishing is quite high. What's his finishing at now? 89. Yeah, we'll get another more well-rounded drill on after this. We'll do a little update on some of the development plans for some of the players after this. We'll figure out what we'll do them next. But this is the final game of today at Victoria Park. Before we go in, let's see who we got, who our rivals have got, I should say. MK play Bristol Rovers. Portsmouth play Burton Albion. Stoke play Wickham. No Birmingham games today, or at least not yet. So that's interesting. We'll see how they do later on, I suppose. Duncan in goal, Moffat and Gomez as the fullbacks, Tomlinson and Galloway as the centre backs. Galloway captain inside today. Risky, but you never know, it might just work. Nkosi centre mid, Cochrane Cam, Martinez off the right, Ochoa off the left, with Blanchard and Howell up front. Victoria Park hosting it today. It's Hartlepool United versus Accrington Stanley. 5-back Accrington Stanley, I might add as well. There's no way I can drop Howell, but I wanted Blanchard to have a game, so unfortunately the captain has had to step aside, which he accepted. He humbly accepted. He knows he'll be on at some point. Well, I'm tired, genuinely, of this game in general, but 6-2 loss. I mean, it's been a while since one happened, and I'm always going to have them because, for whatever reason, I can defend the best in the world, probably, and suddenly the AI turned on their prime Barcelona, and they'll score 6 in the game.
Thank you. Enjoy the game.
It just does not make any sense. Because I'll be fine with it if it was a big team like a Portsmouth or a Birmingham and they packed us in. Fine. It's always the teams that are in the relegation battles or lower mid-table that pack us in, and it's fucking irritating. Lack of a better word. Now, kick it off here at Victoria Park. The final game of today's episode, the 4th home game at 5 today. Harry Howell instantly with a tackle, and it could be 1-0 early. Saving it there. Maybe could have laid it off to Blanchard, but I didn't. Howell wins it back again. This time he does lay it off to Blanchard. Harry Howell, the fucking workhorse, deserves all the credit. The goal, obviously, will be in Blanchard's name, but Harry Howell has done all of that. And I think if we don't get top spot in the league today, we may have to title the episode after our Welsh wizard. The press is put on there, the layoff to Blanchard, who converts it beautifully into the bottom left. This might be a strike partnership that we obviously definitely haven't explored enough. Purely because Rodriguez gets so much game time because he's the best striker at the club. But it's a good, interesting way to experiment with it against, obviously, Accrington, who could be in a relegation battle. And it's worked almost instantly. Blanchard keeping up a goal every 2 games ratio that he's got going on in the league. Only 4 or 5, actually, behind Rodriguez. She ain't bad. But Harry Howell deserves all the credit for that one. Don't get too confident too early, boys, because that could happen. Duncan does hold it with no issue, but he just broke through there quite easily. Gomez, Martinez. Bristol Rovers lead Portsmouth, or lead MK Don, sorry. Harry Howell, they made it 2-0 there. I'll have Portsmouth on the brain. They're not playing Bristol Rovers. fact, I forgot who they are playing. I want to say Cheltenham. Gomez, back post to Ochoa! Oh my god. Guys, we are cooking. Should have been 2-0. This goalkeeper is, well, it should be maybe 3 or 4-0 inside 10 minutes. Saving has been saving the asses of Accrington. They're still conceded. Martinez into Blanchard. It's not going to make it all the way to the Frenchman. Cochrane keeps it alive. Ewan Galloway gets tackled. And it'll probably be brought away now by Accrington Stanley. Who are they exactly? But it's good interception by Nkosi. Ochoa can't get ball away from Hamilton. Problem is, at the moment, with this 4-horse race that we seem to have, or 3-horse race that we seem to be having, is whenever they drop points, we drop points. It just seems to be dropping points at the same time. It's a cracking save from Logan Duncan. Ball somehow squeezed through there for Accrington. But yeah, every time other teams seem to drop points, we're dropping them too. It's irritating, but I guess it's more fun. It's more of a race. It just makes it a little bit harder. Of course, he can't get it in. Could try and run through and shoot with Nkosi there. Didn't work out. Gomez gets tackled. If the ref will agree, he does. Which is surprising because sometimes he's like, actually, it's going to be a foul, even though it's not. So just got to keep on guard about it. Blanchard, I don't know why he's so far back. And I don't know who's attacking forward in his place. I think it might be Jack Cochrane. Again, I don't know why it's happening. Oh. Good clean up by Gomez away from Nolan, but my centre back got nutmegged. I think it was Galloway as well. Cochrane out to Martinez. Blanchard's going to ask for it here. He's going to get it as well. Good header away. By a double-barrelled surname defender of Accrington. You can see what it was. Howell straight out saving, but Howell's feeling dangerous today, boys. Hat-trick last game. Already set up one for Achille Blanchard. It could be the day of Harry Howell. I've had an episode named after him before, but who's to say we can't have it again if he's been good. Nkosi, I think that might be a foul, yeah, to get the man before the ball. I thought I might have got away with it, but the game did not let me for long. Right. Yeah, that's a foul. In another game, apparently, because that was a clean tackle. Right. Good cut out by Tomlinson, and he prevents it from going for a corner as well. Does feel a little bit, you know, clunky still, but I am quite liking Tomlinson. We'll have to make a decision on him next year. Still not sure I'm going to go with him yet. Blanchard sets up for Howell, and it's wide. Good play, smooth play as well, just wrong side of the post. Galloway cuts it out off the goal kick. And Martinez. Gomez. You fucking... Cochrane back out to Gomez. Martinez is there. I'm going to use him. I'm going to play it on one more Cochrane as well. I'm going to play it into Blanchard because I want to. Tried to get out to Moffat, to be honest with you, but didn't do it. Go to my right back, please. He's a bit faster than my centre back. Of course, he cuts it out. Now Cochrane. Howell. I think Mariano Martinez is asking for it. He is going to get it. He's going to get it back to Harry Howell. Hey, honestly, could be a couple up here if it hadn't been for the goalkeeper today. All that matters to me is a win here. Mariano Martinez. It's only as far as Cochrane. Fuck it. Yeah, I knew it was going to happen. Okay, it was Moffat that was back and Gomez. A combination of both will get it away for us, thankfully. At least it wasn't Tomlinson, because I don't know if he would have the pace to catch up there. He has got pace, but he's also a very tall man. Blanchard lodged into Howell. It's going to be away. And as far as Cochrane. Blanchard, Howell, Cochrane. I can't lie, Accrington have, well, the defence at least, a back five, have struggled to deal with the attacking pressure we're putting on them. The goalkeeper has been doing absolutely phenomenally. But outside of that, the defence has been quite poor for Accrington. Ochoa. Ball inside to Blanchard. Not going to happen, and Martinez will win that over the goalkeeper. So the ball is back with Accrington Stanley. And Kosi into Harry Howell. Martinez, Blanchard. Smooth as a fucking, I don't know. It's very smooth. It's a very smooth attack. It's a second for Blanchard before the break. Howell beautifully into Martinez. Just tapped it off to Blanchard. I'm going to be honest with you. I think at current time, might change my mind on it depending on how the man comes back from his loan. But at the moment, I'm liking Ojeda less than Martinez. I'm liking Martinez maybe even more than Munoz. Not that I do. It's not that I don't like Munoz. I just don't like him out of the wing. Fantastic centre mid if he had the stats for it. He doesn't. That's the issue. He has the stats for a winger, but he's 6'3". Blanchard could be on for the hat trick. That's a great ball over. He is on for the hat trick. Blocked by Durand, and it's going to be a corner to end the half. But Blanchard's been sharp today. And the thing is, experimenting with all these partnerships up front, it's quite fun because you know what works and what doesn't work. And I maybe should have put Arango on the bench today. Ochoa into Mariano Martinez, just wide for the break. 2-0 to the good though at Victoria Park. Not too shabby Alonso. But Blanchard's with the big man up top. Howell's definitely put the work in. Blanchard's got the goals. An early one from Blanchard and a late one at the end of the half as well from the Frenchman. Seems to shine when he's not got Rodriguez next to him, but we want them both to shine really, so we'll have to find a way around it. 1-0 to Charlton Athletic over Northampton. 1-0 to Mansfield Town over Walsall. 1-0 to Shrewsbury over Rochdale. 1-0 to Cambridge United over Peterborough. 1-0 to Sheffield Wednesday over Tranmere Rovers. 2-1 to MK Dons over Bristol Rovers. Portsmouth losing 1-0 to Burton Albion. Keep your eye on that one, because if we beat Accrington and they lose to Burton, we'll end the episode maybe not top, but in an automatic spot. 2-1 to Stoke City as well over Wickham. I think even if Portsmouth draw, we would get that automatic spot, right? I don't remember. We have been all over Accrington though this game, and this is exactly what we needed. 56 to 44 in terms of possession, 12 shots to 2, and 4.7 expected goals to 0.9 I should say. Fucking hell, can I read? No is the answer. We've been dominant, we've been deserved in the lead, and it really could be 4 or 5. I've said that already many a time. It actually probably could be 7 or 8 at this point. Been a very good game from us, attacking wise. Defensively, we've not needed to do much, and we have cleaned it up. I'll say that and we'll go concede now. Never mind, Galloway has it, or had it. I knew I was going to go out of my possession as soon as I had to run with that guy, run against that guy for it. I knew that the possession would fuck up there somewhere along the line. Galloway. Moffat. Ochoa. Harry Howell's asking for it. Howell, can't speak. It's 3-0. And that, ladies and gentlemen, not only is 3-0, it's the 100th league goal this season for Hartlepool United. It doesn't feel like we scored that many in my opinion, but it is number 100. And it's come from the Welsh wizard Harry Howell. And maybe that'll be the title. What I do know is it's 3-0 to the good. Accrington haven't really looked like much, I guess, to be not too mean. They might get one. But it's been a something that I'm gonna have to figure this one out. I think he just caught me at a good time. Or his leg goes through my leg. I mean that makes total sense. There's an issue here. I'm not sure if I have to point it out. Let's get it exact. I can't quite put my finger on the issue here. Maybe it's whatever. It's a good save from Duncan anyway. I'd given up on that, genuinely. Somehow Accrington don't have one back, despite cheating. Corner to Accrington Stanley. Ball in. It's going to be headed away by Nkosi. And it should be further away by Cochrane. And I say this every time at the end of each episode. I'm glad I only play 5 games, because if I played any more than 5 games per episode, my head would explode, I think. Was that a stop or was that wide? That's a very good save, actually. I thought it was going wide. Brado with a shot. Accrington try to find a way back into this, like we tried to find a way back into the game earlier against Charlton before they went and just decided, no thank you. Moffat, not enough of a header on it. It nearly went in, but Duncan had it covered. Which he hasn't had those covered sometimes, so I wasn't sure on the stats of that. Blanchard. Can Howell bring it down? No. He cannot. He's 5'6". Don't be silly. Good block by Moffat in our corner. Accrington try to fire back here, and I like this. A bit of fight from the away side. Moffat blocks it. I think it's come off his hand as well, but we don't have handballs on, thankfully. A corner. Header in, again held by Duncan. They've really brought it to us second half so far. And I'm sure they're going to get one if they keep this pressure up. Where is my left mid? Oh, he's there. At left back. Good tackle by Clark. Maybe make some changes soon. I don't think we need Rodriguez. I was going to bring him on. Maybe I will bring him on anyway. Blanchard, Cochrane. Good save, and the rebound comes off Jack Cochrane. We're going to bring on Malik Diop. Play that much. Silva coming on for Nolan on the away side of things. I love it to be so loud. My yawns, by the way. It's been a tiring weekend, really. Saturday I was working till 12:30 in the morning, and then obviously last night was the Great American Bash, the NXT show, that was till about 3:30. So sleep has been at premium. Great play, to be honest. An incredible save by Duncan. Maybe he's got his confidence back. I mean, I don't think his confidence was ever gone. I think it was just bullshit, to be honest, in that Charlton game. But I'm not. I mean, it's a great game, it's FIFA. What am I about? Blanchard. Howell. And one more to Martinez. Right, I should have shot with Howell, shouldn't I? And I think that probably means that Roberts should come on as well. Fucking hell, that should be 4. Just either shot with Howell or put it in the back of the net. I don't really know, to be honest. Somehow it is not 4-0. Ball out towards Clark. Moffat gets there. Ochoa. Blanchard, back to Ochoa. Howell. Don't know what that ball was, to be honest. Howell gets tackled. Tomlinson. Cochrane. Why not? Why not? We're in a good spot. Good save again. Cochrane with the effort this time. From range. It was dipping, it was turning. And saving did well to read that. It's almost as if he's meant to be a goalkeeper. Ochoa to Galloway. Or attempted to get to Galloway. Didn't work. Roberts gets it back out to Fran Ochoa. Gets tackled by Sangare. Fair enough. Respect it. A mixed bag of an episode today. Some games that I won that I probably shouldn't have. Some games that I lost that I should have, but not by a score, and it was. And just some games where I've dominated. Go for a penalty, it won't be a penalty. Malik Diop tries to shoot, but it's blocked by Blanchard. I think we're in the need of Mr. Carlos Rodriguez today. Keep him as fit as we can for the next game against... Is it Birmingham next? I can't remember if it's Birmingham next or if it's Rotherham. Sit throw again. Malik Diop. Try to find it back. Sangare had it covered though. Really, you. Malik Diop hasn't shined like I hoped he would. That's what ruins my clean sheet. I can't be mad. It's a cracking effort. A great ball for Blanchard's going to make it a hat-trick. So, do I make the title about Howell, or do I make it about Blanchard now? Or do I just... I don't know. We'll figure out. It's a great finish by Kelly Blanchard. And that'll be goal number 101 in the league for Hartlepool. En route to another clean sheet, but that still could be ruined as well. Wouldn't be surprised if it is ruined. But I'd like it, you know. Pretty sure it's only 3 goals difference now between Blanchard and Rodriguez, which is mad to think about. I suppose neither have been incredibly consistent. Both have been consistent enough. Don't get me wrong, that's the reason we're in the title race. Once we have some bullshit in some games, we'd probably be top. Still could be top by the end of this episode. And that might be a title if Birmingham do lose. Or even if Birmingham win, if we beat Birmingham, I think it's next episode. That will help. Harry Howell makes it 5. It's... I don't want to say we don't need Rodriguez, but today we don't need Rodriguez. I don't think this is really a striker partnership I've used much, if at all. But I think I've stumbled onto some fucking gold here, by the way. Goals from Blanchard times 3. Howell times 2. I think they've been involved in assists for each other's goals, besides maybe 1 as well. I think Martinez assisted 1. I think the other ones were assisted from each other as well. It's a fantastic partnership that we just stumbled upon. Why the fuck is there 6 minutes? Oh, I know why. Never mind. I figured it out. Don't worry. Try to give them a goal, by the way, was the reason. try to turn away with Diop, and then he just walks on me and takes the ball off me. I don't even know how I lose the ball here with Diop. I know I've gone into my own area, which is stupid to begin with, but I'm just trying to get some time away with the ball. Ah, okay, yeah, fair enough. I feel like somehow I shouldn't be losing balls in the situations that I am, and it's usually, I've realised now, I realised a long time ago, but I just have to remind myself every now and then, the ball's gone through my foot, and that is why it's doing that. For anyone interested, that's why. Harry Howell, 5'6", contesting for the header, of course. Incredibly, I've got it away. Roberts. Man. Should we wrap up with our goal? That's... I mean, the 6-2 loss is not out of the memory. Because even though we've had 6 scored on us today, we've also scored 6 on another team. So in my opinion, it evens out. If you call me wrong, shut the fuck up. Roberts puts a bow on a very good day. And on a performance that on any other time would put us top, I don't think it will put us top at the end of this episode. But it's... I don't really know what to name this episode. Because we've had some big wins. A big loss. And a slip up against Peterborough as well. So 3 wins, a draw and a loss today. One of the wins could have gone so much differently. The loss could have gone differently, and the draw could have gone differently. 2 of the wins stand as they should because we've absolutely dominated. But Accrington did come back into it, deserved a goal for their efforts. Maybe even 2 goals for their efforts, but strong defending and goalkeeping mean that we keep a clean sheet and we win 6-0, 58-42 in terms of possession. 20 shots to 14 and 7.9 expected goals to 3.5 in favour of Hartlepool. So that's how it stands. Just check that. I'm checking it again. Player performance. Man of the match goes to... Well, I mean, you've got your host of man of the matches there. There is 7 players with green ratings. So it's really entirely up to you which one you want to go with for your man of the match. But my personal one would probably be either Blanchard or Howell, and that's how it's looked here. 9.6 for Achille Blanchard with a hat-trick and an assist. He does a fantastic job, apparently, when he's out the shadow of Rodriguez. So maybe this is a combo we'll use a little bit more. Harry Howell with 2 goals, 2 assists, and 9.5 today. Rafael Gomez, absolutely exhilarating performance at right back today. No worries on that left-hand side at all from Accrington because Gomez had it shut down. Ochoa with an assist and an 8.5. Roberts with a goal and an 8.5 after he came on. Logan Duncan with an 8.4 and a clean sheet. Shots on target 10, saves 10, so fair play, you can't begrudge him that. And Moffat with an assist from left back and an 8.3. Mariano Martinez with the other assist and 7.5. Looking at the Accrington ratings, their best player was Mitchell Clark, 7.6. Tommy Lee had a good amount of chances, couldn't find at the back of the net today, though, 7.5. And their goalkeeper, Toby Savin, did a lot better than what the stats suggest, although obviously he conceded 6, but there was 15 shots on his goal. He couldn't have saved everything. I know his name's Savin, but taking a piss a bit when you think he's going to be saving everything. 9 saves, so not too shabby, but when you're conceding 6, it doesn't look as good. Post-match interview. How did Portsmouth do? MK Dons destroyed. Portsmouth lost 3-0 to Burton Albion at Fratton Park. So we will end in an automatic spot. Will we end at the top? I don't know who Birmingham were playing. What I do know is that we will end top 2 today. That's confirmed. That's here we go confirmed. Maybe we'll make the episode title something to do with that. You'll see it on YouTube. Well, close enough to 8 p.m. as possible. Hopefully it'll be uploaded in time. So we'll see what title and thumbnail, of course, is at that point. I think the thumbnail will probably be Harry Howell. Danger man in those past 2 games there. Or Kelly Blanchard, maybe. So if he's had a thumbnail yet, that was needed. That was necessary to end on a good note. Apparently the performance review is still going on. But whatever. But it's not all going to be fun and games, because next time we'll face Birmingham. Before that, Logan Duncan, Rafa Contreras, and Harry Howell go on international duty, which thankfully doesn't fall in the Birmingham game. It does, however, fall on the Rotherham game, which means we'll have no starter goalkeeper, no starter centre-back, and no in-form backup striker. So we'll have to figure that out on the day. But not Birmingham stay atop the table, but we entered the 2nd place position. I believe they drew. They must have drawn, right? They drew to Lincoln. Fair play Lincoln for holding them, to be fair. I appreciate that. So, the stakes are high for next time, because if we beat Birmingham, it doesn't take a genius. I'll explain it to you, but I think you already know. If we beat Birmingham, we'll go top of the table. And that would be something special. Especially with all the ups and downs we've had in this career mode this season, especially. Stupidly big losses, hence why we conceded 59 goals. Some out with my control. But a win against Birmingham, putting us on top, and then just try to hold on to that top spot would be a lot better. But anyway, this is how the table looks to end episode 10 of season 4. Birmingham sit at top of the table with 75 points, which is 1 point behind us, 74. Portsmouth are 1 point behind us on 73, but they've had a game extra. So we've got a game in hand on 3rd place. So it's a bit more comfortable than it looks initially. MK Dons in 4th on 67. Rotherham in 5th on 65. They've got 2 games in hand on Portsmouth. And then Stoke complete the playoff places as it stands with 61 points. As we continue to read down, this is how the rest of the table is cooking and looking. Still some contenders for playoffs. I think anywhere below 10th now probably won't get in. But there's still plenty of time. And as we read down, taking a look at the relegation zone, it is Accrington, it is Wickham, it is Rochdale, and it is Tranmere, who currently sit in that bottom 4. Tranmere, as much as they're putting up a fight, will probably go down. Rochdale will most likely join them with Wickham. I can see Wickham maybe pulling off something, perhaps. But that last relegation place is still anyone's in that bottom half. So it's going to be an interesting battle towards the end of the season for relegation as well as promotion. Up next episode to kick it off is the most important fixture of the season, bar none. We've got Birmingham City at their ground. And they currently sit top of the league. What was the scoreline last time we faced them? I could go check the news. I'm going to do that anyway, but I just wanted to go through the calendar and have a little gander. 4-1. We dispatched them quite easily, but they'll have grown since then. To see what team they're fielding. Vera and Chong up front. Bacuna, they've still got Joe Bellingham. Sunjic as well. Medina, that's not Chisco Medina, I don't think, is it? It won't be. Still a good squad. I'm just going to VAR that, because if that is Chisco Medina, then fair play. He's done well. But I'm most likely going to see it as not Chisco Medina, because I don't think I even sold him there. Is it Ernesto? It's Ernesto Medina. Where did I sell? Alright, let's get into my head in now. I'm going to have to check. Where did I sell Chisco Medina to? Oh yeah, he's at Crew. He's grown a couple of ratings, to be fair. He's a solid player, just not for League One. Which is what I could say for a lot of this squad that we're going to be clearing out if we go up. I think I was going to say the development plans for some of these players, I think they'll be done off screen. We'll figure them out. As you can see, some of them have hit their potentials, which is kind of annoying. Contreras, one of them. Um, Galloway as well, which is the most annoying one in my opinion. I'm sure he'll still go for a while though on his team. With the yellow signs next to him, that's who's hit their potential. Curtis Mills, we know of that. We've known that for a while. It shouldn't be this early that they hit their potentials, but sometimes they do. And then another painful one, Harry Howell. I think I might keep him on anyway. Just because I want to, alright? And then Rodriguez, we can take it off the shooting speed, I think, a bit now. Maybe go for more of a target player, get those physicals up, because my god, that strength is low. So work on that, and you'll probably be a 78 before our season's out. But anyway, I'll go for all them off screen. But bear with me a second, guys. So basically, next time we're going to be kicking off against Birmingham. So these are the stats, top goal scorers, etc. It is still Rodriguez, but he's only topped by one now, which is concerning. Didn't really fire too much today, but didn't have a lot of chances. I kind of gave a lot of rotation to, excuse me, hiccups. Kind of a lot of rotation to the striker role today. So for the next few games, it will be Rodriguez because A, Harry Howell's not going to be here, especially for the Rotherham game, and B, Rodriguez is top scorer, and we need him at his best against the best in the league, which is currently Birmingham. 20 goals as well from Hemmings and Vera of Birmingham City, mean that they're in the race now for the Golden Boot, and the Campbell on 18 for Stoke, with Blanchard tying him with 18 goals as well. Howell in there in 14th place with 14, and I think Thomas is on double figures, but he doesn't quite make the cut. Assists, Rodriguez with 23 is running away with them as well. 14 assists for Blanchard, 11 for Howell, 7 apiece for Roberts and Ochoa. Ochoa finding his form again. Palacios with 6 as well. And then clean sheets, we're up there. I don't know if we're going to get the Golden Glove, but we're really getting up there now. Logan Duncan with 9 clean sheets. Not too shabby. Moreau for Birmingham has the most with 12, but he's played 7 more games than the Scot that we have in between our sticks. 11 for Cheltenham's Kral, and then 9 for Safe of Accrington Stanley. 9 for Duncan of Hartlepool United, and as well Albornoz with 9 for Bristol Rovers. So that's how the clean sheets look. Take a look then at the player stats. I can already tell you who's going to be top scorer and everything, but we might have a couple of surprises in terms of other stats. So top played player now is Diop with 41 games. Of course, some of them were for Portsmouth, but he's played a lot here as well, so we'll add it up. Who cares? Galloway on 37 games, as well as Rodriguez, and as you continue to read down, there's the rest of the games. Goals, Rodriguez with 21, Blanchard with 18, Howell with 16. I don't know if we can really afford to get rid of him. 25 contributions in 29 games. Or 25 in the league, sorry. 27 altogether in 29 games. Thomas on 10, Ochoa on 9, who's really found his fucking feet again. Got up to 78, and we'll sort out some development plans as well off screen. 6 for Roberts, 6 for Cochrane, 5 for Mills, 4 for Diop, 3 for Galloway, 3 for Palacios, 3 for Nkosi, 3 for Arango, 1 each for Moffat, Hansen, Shabalala, who's out on loan at Salford and having a good old time doing it, 1 for Martinez as well. And then the assists, 24 for Rodriguez, who is just absolutely one of the best players in this team, if not the best player. Blanchard with 14, 11 for Howell, 7 for Roberts, 7 for Ochoa, 6 for Palacios, 5 each for Martinez, Arango and Cochrane, 3 for Diop, 3 for Thomas, 3 for Nkosi as well, 2 for Munoz, Moffat, Mills, the other Nkosi, and then 1 each for Tomlinson, McGregor, Alonso, Duncan, all getting on the assists list as well. The most clean sheets come probably when Logan Duncan's in goal, but you also have Galloway, Diop and Ochoa on the pitch too. So keep that in mind. And the loan growth looks like this. Little update on that. I don't think much will have changed in terms of a lot of loan growth from when we last checked. But this is how it's looking. And I'm really struggling to pick between Martinez and Ojeda. Christopher Quigley's gone up to 70, by the way. And if I don't keep Howell around, which I don't know yet. I want to, but I don't know yet. Quigley is definitely sticking around. He's had an incredible loan deal. Maybe get some game time next year. Duncan Wilson has gone one better, and he's 71. He's had a fantastic loan deal. I'm saying about the Spanish wingers, Ojeda or Martinez. Duncan Wilson might just blow them out of the water. We'll have a whole British right wing side. I don't know yet. Riley McGregor's doing well. Luca Carpenter's doing well. Ramon Murillo's doing well. They're all doing well. It's going to be some tough choices we have to make. But it's tough choices I'll have to make. But anyway, ladies and gents, to end the news, or to end the episode, we'll do the news. Blanchard hits hat-trick in Hartlepool win. Blanchard scored a thrilling hat-trick to overwhelm Woeful Accrington Stanley. And Hartlepool United 6-0 win. Champions League quarterfinals look like this, for anyone interested. Liverpool, Arsenal, PSG, Bayern, Dortmund, Lyon, and Leverkusen, Porto. How's the career mode going? We've just finished streaming for today, Sebi, but I will show you the table 1 second before I go. Birmingham looked to improve against Hartlepool. It was all too easy for Hartlepool United. The last time these teams met, we beat them 4-1 last time, and we go again. First versus second next episode to kick it off. It's going to be a difficult one. Birmingham City seek to fend off Hartlepool, potential title decider. It's now or never for Hartlepool as they face Birmingham City in what could be the decider in the race to win the League One title. Hartlepool fans hope a title challenge is still possible. The team has no margin for whatever. Defeat would see Birmingham City go clear at the top of the table. So it is huge. It is a huge game. Just to end it for you, Sebi, I will show you the table. This is how it's looking. Do a quick scroll down. Birmingham in the lead at the moment. We've scored a lot. We've also conceded a lot, which hasn't really helped us. So that puts us in second. Portsmouth in third. MK Dons fourth. Rotherham fifth even. Stoke sixth. Those are the top six. That's the playoffs as well. And then as we read down, this is how the rest of the table is looking. And then the relegation zone has got Accrington, Wickham, Rochdale, and Tranmere all occupying it. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to wrap up another episode of the Hartlepool United Road to Glory Youth Academy Career Mode. And it might not be up on time on YouTube. It should be up 8 p.m. If it's a little late, I apologise. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this one. And I will see you next time for Birmingham versus Hartlepool. But actually, I should probably show you what we got next. I didn't do that. So we've got Birmingham away from home, Rotherham at home with the international break. We're going to lose a couple of players out of that one as well, which won't be easy. Derby County at home, Cheltenham away, and then Burton Albion at home as well. But yeah, that's going to wrap it up. Hope you guys have enjoyed, and I'll see you on Wednesday. Peace.